Guys, happy Sunday, right? Here, guys, let me drop the link. Sorry, guys. Early, you know. Anyone who's coming up, guys, let's have some fun tonight, right? Let's do that. Let's try and have some fun. Yeah, guys, here we are. So I was in the gym. Oh, wait, hold on. Keyshawn, what's up, dude? Good to see you, right? Laughing Man, good to see you, my friend. Good to have you here as usual. Where are you? Good to see you. Korg is here. Red Door's here. Christopher is here. Reja is here. What's up, dude? It's good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you. Tenacity's here. Paul, what's up, dude? Math man. You know what? Here, guys, let's do this. I'll drop the link early. Yeah, let's do that. Now, for all you guys who don't usually call in, guys, if you want to call in for like a couple minutes, tell your story, and just deuce out, you can do that too. But guys, we're gonna go over our Redpill origin stories or Redpill villain arcs, whatever you want, guys. We can do that, guys. But first of all, guys, I was at the gym the other day, and this guy that I know was saying two of his friends I guess they are a married couple. They left the United States years ago. Hold on. And so these idiots left the United States years ago, and they renounced their U.S. citizenship. Look at that, guys. Is that not the dumbest thing that you've ever heard? Right? This complete idiot. Wes, hey, what's up, dude? Lenny, how you doing, guys?
Howdy.
Hey, how's it going, buddy? Good to be here.
So a friend at the gym, he's an older guy. He's saying two of his friends left the United States to go to Canada, of all places, and renounced their U.S. citizenship, right? Because they were like, and this is like 13, 14 years ago. So this is like pre-Orange Man and everything. We're like, United States is getting too bad, blah, blah, blah. But now they're trying to come back because they can't deal with the Canadian healthcare system. So I guess the wife, they're in their like mid-30s, and they're trying to have a kid, and they're trying to go to like a fertility doctor. And Lenny, they're like, hey, yo, the wait to see a fertility doctor is 3 years.
Yeah, because that's totally non-essential. They're not trying to make more. That system's not trying to make more people.
But no, guys, we've talked about how cooked the Canadian healthcare system is. The NHS in the UK, guys. For all you guys who don't know, only was it only 20% or 25% of Canadian doctors work full time? Okay, they had 75% around, or 70% work part time, and that's because the government is the biggest healthcare monopoly that there is. Okay, so these doctors make money by billing the government for procedures that they do. So if they live in an area where they can make $140,000 a year, and that's a really good wage, and you only need to work 20 hours a week to make that, why would you work anymore? You know what I mean? Why? Whereas if Lenny, Wes, and I own a hospital, we say, hey, Keyshawn, hey, John Carlo, hey, Carlos X, you guys are all doctors. we'll pay you $240,000, but each of you guys has to work 75 hours a week, 60 hours a week, period. Because we need to make that money. Because money's the bottom line, you know? And this weird thing that liberals have where they just act like, everyone's just inherently that incentive is some horrible thing. Incentive is made up, and people just naturally want to do the difficult, hard things for free. Please.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Hey, John Carlos back in the building. What's going on, my friend? Mexico's in the house. Guys, hopefully John Carlos going to be coming to the United States in the next 2 or 3 years. He's been trying to get over here, and guys, once again, I would be, guys, put a 1 if you'd be more than happy to exchange idiot 304s for foreigners like John Carlo or Anonymous to come here, So, Math Man, thanks for the $10. He says, my time in the Navy red pilled him on women. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate the $10, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. And guys, I did kind of verify. Wait, hold on.
You are scaring the hoes,
guys. That the algorithm has been kicking my channel's butt and other channels like mine, even like Pearly Things and larger creators are like all of our views have been down. So guys, if you can just make sure every video drop a comment, that little hype button on your app, use that because guys, it's getting pretty bad. I even think Poor Man's Podcast, you notice that he's been reacting to like more popular videos instead of smaller ones because he needs the views. I think Pearly Things, his views have been down. It's just crazy. Like Better Bachelor's views have been down. Tenacity. Crumble, there's no money in Crumble. Guys, I could dual stream over there if I wanted to ultimately, because unless you are sponsored by them, there's no money over there at all. Only like Fresh and Funky and all those guys who have Crumble contracts get enough money to actually justify building up a platform over there. I would be better off building up my platform here and then going over there so that I have something to sell to them. Does that make sense? So yeah, guys. So now my friends who left the US are like they're trying to somehow skip the line and try to get their citizenship back. But that's not how it goes, you dummies. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it goes. You got to wait in line with everybody else unless they sneak across the border and go to California. Then they can get everything for free, right? Yeah. Then they can get free room and board and everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, guys, we can start this out, and then I have a couple of news stories, But guys, I don't think that I've ever really talked about my whole red pill story. Hold on, guys. Let me do this. Yeah. So, guys, I grew up in woke Seattle, right? And guys, here I have to pin the link here, guys. We'll actually do like a 6-person panel limit here, and then as people cycle off, we'll put more people on, unless it's regulars, because we all know this. The tone of the show, guys. So I grew up in woke Washington State, right? So I was taught, men and women are equal, and I want a woman that has a degree and works, and blah blah blah, and that whole traditional man thing is stupid, and blah 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 blah, right? But here's the thing: in high school, I still got some chicks, but it was always mid chicks, but I was always like around the hot chicks. I was friend zoned by all the hot chicks. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing worse when Chad and friggin' Nug are shooting up of the club with all the hot chicks, and then you're the emotional friggin' wheelbarrow. You know what I'm saying? knock, knock. He didn't use a condom, and I'm afraid I'm pregnant. Oh, it's okay. Well, I'll help you figure it out. Oh, he just cheated on you because he's an asshole. Well, one day you'll find a good guy, and you're like, but I'm a good guy. Why doesn't she want me, right? Beta. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Well, then when I hit college, right, I had kind of an epiphany. I'm like, wait a minute. Why didn't I be that guy that chicks were complaining to simps about? You know what I mean? And then it was on like Donkey Kong all through college, guys. Smashing chicks. But here's the thing. This was just, dating and banging. But I still have this whole, if I'm going to settle down, she has to be a strong and independent chick. She has to be an educated chick. She has to be a woman who can challenge me in all this BS, right? I still have that. And the craziest part about that type of thinking is not only do you put chicks who are actually somewhat accomplished, meaning, but you actually put all women on this pedestal. Then you start dating chicks, and then you become the ultimate simp. You become the ultimate simp. You actually start putting all these women who you're dating's needs above your own. And guys, I was engaged in my 20s, right? And that's the biggest bullet I ever dodged, guys. That was one of the things that red pilled me also, was seeing how my ex, she can never be pleased, ever. Ever. And here's the thing about you young guys, it'll red pill you too, because this is kind of hard, and anyone who wants to chime in here too. Guys, I would say right around the 90s and the 2000s is when these chicks in their 20s and late teens had these champagne tastes that young guys will never, ever be able to provide, right? How is a 24, 23-year-old guy supposed to take a chick on an international vacation? You're working at Old Navy and you're in college, or you're a serviceman in the Marines. You can't afford to buy her Birkin bags. You can't afford to buy her some nice car. You can't do it. You can't. But women, somehow, I would say right around when Colin and Lenny and I were in middle school, that's when TV and media first started pushing this thing where women want young, attractive, outgoing, romantic millionaires who are always home and give them all the attention. And that kind of happened to me. It's like, I'm working 2 jobs here. I'm doing everything that I can. How is this not good enough? And then you realize, guys, that you're not the problem. I wasn't the problem. She was, right?
Yeah, I want to add in to that too, AJ. A lot of the media and stuff got into women having the idea in their head that multiple men should be competing for them too. That's when that very first started, dude.
Well, no.
I think it is.
Hold on. Multiple men have been competing for multiple women when she was a chaste virgin.
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. That's what you're talking. If we were all in the town, right? In the old timey town, and there was old Nick Carruthers, and everyone knew that his oldest daughter, that we were all like 19, 20, and she was like 18, right? And she was the hot chick in town. We would all have to like compete to prove to her father that whoever was the best match, or to have her drop her handkerchief to one of us so that we could court her, right? In the same way that the women, let's just say that Wes was the rancher. He had a big ranch, right? And he had all this cattle, and he had a big house, and he had back in the day, he had one of the very first automobiles, so he was the big baller. All the women had to put themselves around him so that they could make themselves available to him so he could court them. You know what I'm saying? We had to compete for each other. Women have always tried to compete for the best man, and men have had to try to compete for the best women. The problem is there's no good women in the West to compete for. Lenny, Wes, Matt, Giancarlo. Well, Matt doesn't need to answer this because his answer is obvious. Are there any women in the West worth competing for?
Not anymore. Not these days.
Not anymore.
Very few, man. Very few.
I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? They can have them. You know? Seriously.
Exactly.
And Matt, your wife's from Thailand, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, guys, we all know what Matt thinks. Matt did the smart thing. Cost-benefit analysis. He said, am I going to go to a place where they have a more traditional view of family, relationships, dating, marriage, or am I going to deal with these no good two-bit hoolas in the West? You know, it's just cost benefit. So, guys, I would say that. So, what's crazy is back to my whole story. I used to listen to Tom Likas live, like back in the 90s and 2000s, right? But I never really took what he said to heart. I always thought that it was just entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, ha ha ha, here's a shock talk on the radio. But then I would say my late 20s was my real aha moment. You know, I would say my late 20s when I broke up with my ex and moved completely to a different state, right? And kind of had time to actually sit and think about why the relationship that I was in for a number of years in my 20s didn't work, you know? And it was, yeah, it was partially my fault. But if you're with someone who has unrealistic expectations, you're like, wait a minute. There's no way that I could have won this game. You know what I'm saying? It was rigged. It was rigged from the jump, right? Then in my So there is one thing that I'm skipping. So guys, my sophomore year of college, right? I took this class called Gender Roles in Society, and it was like a proto a gender studies class. It was an easy A, but this is before gender studies was an actual thing. It was a precursor to said thing, right? But it was an easy A, and the teacher was a total
Beta.
You know what I'm saying? Just a total beta. But I noticed that there was all these blue-haired, shaved-headed feminists in the class, and there was me, this guy Shane, who was like a right-wing dude, and this other guy. And all the rest of the class were all chicks. All right. I noticed that the language that they used when they talked about men, these women, was the same language that the Klan used to talk about black people back in the day. I was like, wait a minute, I've heard this before. The dehumanizing language, the vilification of us men that these broads used was the same language that the white sheet dudes used when they talked about black people back in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. It's the exact same thing. It was basically my first introduction to the female supremacist movement. It's my very first introduction to the gynocentric, misandrist, like freely spoken environment, right? And I brought it up. Oh, yeah.
Can I just add something, AJ? George Orwell had a very similar observation where he said that it's almost always women, like in their 20s or late teens, right, who are the most extreme. Yeah. And can exhibit the most hatred. Like, do you remember the book 1984? Yeah. He has a quote that attests exactly to those things. Yeah. Just exactly what you were saying. That young women will typically be like, if you're talking like the Communist Party's adherents, they will be the most adherent. They will be the most extreme. I think that what you're onto is exactly what he is onto, that young women, for some reason or another, tend to migrate towards those extremes at that part of that part of their life. And I don't think that for like the feminists, they ever get out of that. I think it becomes like an addiction.
Yeah. Well, it gives them a sense of purpose, and it gives them an excuse to not accomplish anything. If the whole world is after them, the whole world's out to get them, it just gives them a built-in reason to fail, right? It'd be like all of us are in a boxing tournament, and before the fight, I break my own toe so that I can just say, oh well, Matt beat me because I have a broken toe, when I didn't really even try to win the fight, So, but yeah, and what really did it, because I called them out. I'm like, guys, this is kind of hateful language, right? And of course, what I hear?
How dare you?
And then there was this stupid documentary called Tough Guys, like Tough Guise, like Tough Guys. It was like, oh, masculinity, and they kept showing First Blood, like First Blood was a bad representation of masculinity. And I said, have you seen the end of First Blood, where Rambo's like, what the hell? Everyone's dead, man. And I'm here by myself. He has a total breakdown. You know what I'm saying? And everyone's like, oh, you don't want to, and they're shouting me down. And that's when I realized that these people aren't here to listen. I'm literally watching people get indoctrinated, because they can't stop and take a second and fast forward until the end of the movie and see that Rambo is actually expressing all the emotions that they said he wasn't. It's ridiculous. I would actually say First Blood is one of the best examples of what men go through. You know what I'm saying? Of like the male experience. This poor bastard came back from the war. No one cares. He doesn't talk to people for weeks, months. All he's trying to do is see his friends. They're all gone. They push him too far. He pushes back. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then at the end, he just lets it out. Like that's a tenacity. You're thinking about Die Hard, dude. I'm talking about First Blood. So, but yeah. So, and then the last thing, there was this guy Shane, and Shane, he was like unapologetically just, I think women should be barefoot and pregnant, blah 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 blah, right? So all these chicks in the class hated his guts. Like every class, they would just be, I'm gonna kill your bitch ass bitch. Right? He's like, and I think that women should just have babies and not work. And then, I hope you die, bitch. I hope you die in AIDS, ho. So I didn't see him again until senior year. Okay. And I was like, Shane, hey, what's up, buddy? He's like, AJ, what's up, dude? Hey. I'm like, hey, man, that generals class, that was nuts. He's like, are you kidding? He's like, I smashed like 10 chicks in that class.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Dude, so they would be like, you're a misogynist, you misogynist pig, screw you, rah, rah, rah. But then after class, they would go back to his dorm room and I will never forget that moment. You guys ever have that aha moment, that eureka moment, where you realize that all these broads are full of it, man? They're full of it. They cap, they cope, they say one thing around each other, and then they do the exact opposite in their private lives. Now, guys, I can tell you that what made me actually start this channel was when Kevin Samuels passed, right? That's when I actually first started posting content, was the month after he passed away. And then that October is when I really, really, really started getting serious. So yeah, guys, that's kind of like the brief summary of my red pill journey, is like saying, look, like I think what helped in my early 20s was getting rid of the whole black victimhood mentality. You know, oh, Lenny and Matt, you guys are the white man. Colin, you're the white man trying to keep me down, because I know, because of course, all you guys just wake up as you just awake. You wake up wrapped in gold sheets.
Oh yeah,
and take gold shits.
Everything's handed to us, dude. Yep.
Yeah, just wake up trying to oppress black people, please. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And once I got rid of that, that's when I really started going down the road of, wait a minute, like this language, this narrative, it's not just black men, it's all men. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
I would actually say, guys, it's flip-flopped almost to where the only people that the United States cares less about than black men is you white dudes.
Yeah.
Guys, it's so bad, right? That hold on. Has anyone seen The Pit, the show?
No.
This is a great
Is
show,
that
man.
the new medical drama with
Yeah,
Noah
guys.
Wiley?
This is a great show. Check it out. So it takes place kind of like 24, where it's all one day. So each episode's an hour in a day. So each episode is 1 hour of that day. So he's the attending, and he's burnt out. He has PTSD. You know what I'm saying? He's all messed up, and he just needs a break, right? And it's a teaching hospital, so he's trying to juggle all of this stuff. Obviously, there's some type of emergency, so it makes things worse, and he's trying to hold it together. This is one of the most talked about like online shows and like on like Instagram and Reddit groups. These idiot Gen Z millennials, they can't even have any sympathy for him because he's a white guy. His mentor passed away during the cough. He can't get over that. Like his whole personal life is cooked. You know, the hospital's all he has. You know, like there's I forget the emergency they have. There's like a helicopter crash or whatever. So everything's completely cooked. And they're like, oh, see, this evil white man's yelling. This black woman's like, because he's in charge and he's telling her, don't do said thing or you're going to make things worse. And she does it anyways. So he has to discipline her, or he has to set the standard because it's a teaching hospital. He has to show these young people, these young doctors, look, if you don't do this, you will kill people. Well, yeah, he's a white man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, no one even sees him as being a human being because he's a white guy. It's absolutely insane. It is insane. And guys, the worst thing that can happen to the United States, and put a 1 if you agree, the worst thing that could happen is if white men and masks check out.
Yeah.
Just say, screw it.
Yeah.
America's cooked. And who's going to step up? Women? Please.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray.
Hey, but men are still stepping up, AJ. One of my brother's sons just enlisted in the Marines. They are backed up. He can't even go to boot camp until January. So they're not having any issues right now.
Well, I can tell you, but that's
just Thursday.
That's because of the advertising that they've been doing. They've gone back to actually
to the challenge aspect of it.
Their recruiting
service.
Yes, is actually geared towards men, and it's working now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, guys, that's my story. Who wants to volunteer next?
I will. I'm next in
guys,
line.
hit the like button, please, on the way in. You know, so
I can talk to my experience quickly if you'd like.
And guys, we can do red pill with relationships and everything first, and then later on we can do red pill with politics because that's even better. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's stick to dating, marriage, relationships, feminism first, okay?
Sure. So I don't want to step on anybody's toes,
guys,
but
someone's like doing something in the background. I don't know what you're doing, but you're crinkling like a can or whatever. I don't know what you're doing, but just please mute. you know, so we can hear Matt. Matt, keep going, pal.
Okay. So I think that my the thing that really kind of set my boat going down this road was my experiences in Iraq. I know that there's like a long running joke about, you know, Jody fucking a guy's wife or girlfriend while he's deployed. That's like a long running joke in the Army for a long time, because like a lot of soldiers and Marines, they'll end up, you know, getting into a relationship with, you know, some chick at the strip club, and they think that she's going to be like loyal, and of course, you know, we all know how that's going to work out, and so, you know, that doesn't work. It's sort of different when you're on the more professional side of the Army, where people are recruited and you're in more of the elite units. You don't have so much of like the you know, the private bucktooth, you know, who's never been laid by a different woman. You don't have the type of infidelity.
Hold on. Guys, I have an echo.
Sorry.
Matt, say something. Say something.
Not me. That's not me.
Testing. Okay, good. We're good.
So you don't have the rates of infidelity that are more common with conventional forces. But what was eye-opening to me, where, you know, you had that moment, right, where your eyes just kind of widened. I, as you know, the senior enlisted in command of my unit, and an acting officer, I realized that I was losing more of my guys to their wives walking out on them while they were in Iraq, and leaving with their kids. And those men had to leave the order of battle because they emotionally couldn't deal with it. I lost more soldiers to that than to the enemy.
Damn.
And I mean that, because I actually, you know, you were talking about doing like a cost benefit a ratio or analysis. Between my first and second deployment, I started telling guys, don't deploy if you're not married, or don't deploy in a relationship unless you're married. Like if you're just seeing a girl, break up with her before you go.
Yeah.
Because it's never gonna last. And it ends up being a major liability. And I finally came to the conclusion between the second and the third, and definitely my third deployment, that women were just like the biggest liability for American soldiers in Iraq.
There you go.
Like,
guys, hold on, stop, Matt. Guys, unmute. Guys, do you agree with that? Guys, put it on.
Absolutely.
No, it's pretty bad. It's like clockwork,
Yes.
dude. Once every deployment, there's a cycle of divorces in every unit. It's like clockwork, dude. It happens every single time.
Damn.
Well, it wasn't just the deployments, and it wasn't just divorces. Divorces are one thing. It's actually taking a man's kids and cutting off all contact with him, leaving your home, you know, with his kids, and ending contact. And I like, it's one thing to lose your wife or your girlfriend, right? It's a whole other thing to be in a different country halfway around the world, and not have a way to get a hold of your young son or daughter to make sure that they're all right. Like, I can't even underscore how poisonous that is to a man who is already serving in a stressful role, a dangerous role, and a physically exhausting role, like what my unit was tasked with. And what I was seeing was that was like the Achilles heel for people in the special forces, was having their wives or their girlfriends take their kids and abscond with them.
Damn.
And the Army literally has to take those men out of rotation and send them back home to figure things out. So they're gone for a month. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's like, I mean, our women were doing more damage to my unit than the enemy was capable of doing.
Wow.
That's when my eyes opened. That's when I became that's I'll be honest with you. That's when like the seeds of hate were planted in my heart towards American women.
Yeah.
And it's
Wow.
been growing like a weed ever since.
Wow.
And I really I have never seen anything to change the music in my head when it comes to how our women conduct themselves, the choices that they make, how they raise children. Like there other than like individual stories that I have like with my mom and maybe like my 3 sisters, I don't have any like positive females in my life other than like my wife.
Wow.
I don't like it, and I don't think it's actually that different for many other men if they were willing just to call a spade a spade. I think American women don't know how to be women. They don't want to be women. They won't admit that they want to be women. They're all over the place. They're in every wrong area but the places where they actually should be. And
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it in a better or more concrete way than that. Like
No, you're cooking,
they
dude. You're
despise
cooking.
and hate
Hell yeah.
women, but at the same time tell everybody else that they should respect and deify them. And it's
Yeah.
like, what do you mean? You make fun of stay-at-home mothers. You make fun of mothers who give up on their careers to raise their children. And then you're telling us that we need to deify these people for being feminine?
Yeah.
No, you hate being feminine. Who are you kidding? It's like this incongruity between what they say and what their actions are. Just like those women in that study in that class that you were saying, AJ, where they would act to the nines to vilify that man, but then when none of the other girls were around, they were fucking him.
Yeah. Well, you know what the easiest thing in life is? To go through life being selfish. That's the easiest possible route you can take. And that's what they all do, the selfish route.
Yeah. Guys, hold on. Let me do this real fast.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Here we go. Because I'm going to share this quick, guys, because this is relevant to what Matt said. Watch. Hold on.
You to kind of start things off is what are some of the most common problems with men that you have come across interacting with hundreds, if not thousands of men up to this point?
You guys, this is Paul Elam. He's I'm going to try and have him on the show and do an interview. He's a men's rights guy, probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Man, there's a lot of answers to that question. I mean, we can take the superficial aspect and say, well, problems are parental alienation, ruinous divorce settlements, false accusations, paternity fraud. I mean, we go right down the list. These are the problems that are plaguing men's lives.
Yeah.
But I end up digging a little bit deeper than that, looking past the superficial problem. I mean, like years of treating alcoholism, you learn to look past the drinking itself and what's going on here with this person that's causing this.
Yeah.
Well, what I find with men is that they are so conditioned to pretty much self-delete when it comes to women. They lower themselves, they struggle, and they work hard. How do I make her happy? I work harder, I do what I do, and it's all about serving women. And it's an ethic that's been handed down for several generations now. Actually, not as far back as most people think. Most people think this sort of romantic chivalry model has been with us as long as man has existed, and it hasn't. It's only been there in our culture for about 200 years. And men are trained that they don't matter, that in the end, their job is to sacrifice, their job is to provide no matter what the cost, and they're trained not to be discerning about women. In all the men that I talk to, and I mean thousands of them over 40 years of working, I could trace back men's lack of boundaries and lack of standards, not being discerning with women, ignoring red flags. And, you know, it's sort of like you talked about this as a cultural issue. Women aren't even conditioned to hide the red flags.
Just like Matt said, right, guys? Just like Matt said, they don't even try to hide it, right? Because Western women are the most, put a 1 if you agree. These Western women are most anti-family, anti-American, anti-capitalist, ignorant, moronic, selfish, narcissistic, moronic pieces of trash that have ever lived, right, guys? There's just it's just insane, you know.
They're conditioned to,
and then there's one more part, and then we'll get back to I think it was Lenny's story. You said
advertise.
Watch.
Put them out there. Yeah, I want 6-figure income. I want this. And yes, my last boyfriend was a jerk and he abused me. And the guy before that, my father, was terrible. And guys hear this stuff, and instead of saying, uh-oh, you know, this may not be somebody I want to become legal and financially vulnerable to, they say, I'll take care of you, darling. You can count on me. And then, of course, a few years later, they end up talking to me because their life gets ripped apart and they don't understand what happened. But it started with a single-minded obsession on gaining the approval and affection of women. And that is a dead-end road, as we see in 2026. It wasn't really smart in 1956, but in 2026, it's asking for serious life consequences.
There you go, guys. Right? I mean, I couldn't have put it any better, guys. This is an interview he did with Jeff St. James, guys. Please go over to Jeff's channel, guys. He's almost at 70,000 subs, guys. Let's support him. He's a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? He's been on the channel before, so guys, go over here and give him drop him a sub. You know, hold on. A B-dub accused of decades-long rental fraud, huh? You see that news story right there?
Well. It's first, yeah.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second.
The trailblazer right there, yeah.
But yeah. So, Lenny, man, the floor is yours, man. Yeah,
man. All right, so
Lenny's like, he's got one in the chamber.
So I was kind of red pilled before
knuckles.
this. You know, I was kind of red pilled a while back. I don't know. I've been around a little while talking to you guys, and maybe some of you guys have caught bits and pieces. But I went through a really horrible divorce. You know, like our buddy was talking about earlier, like the chick.
And when he means horrible, he means horrible. Oh,
2000%, dude. Like he was talking about, man, when I was in Afghanistan, 2001, like went, you know, radio silent to where you have a very short window over there a lot of times where you can even make a phone call home, or did back then, you know, in the early 2000s, because I think the time difference is what, like 13 hours. We're like 13 hours ahead or something. I can't remember exactly, but you know, anyway, went through all that crap, right? And then a couple years after, I dated a chick. Didn't work out, and I was pretty much done after that, right? We're engaged, everything. This chick went home to visit her grandfather that just got diagnosed, you know, with the C. And then on the way home, I guess she stopped and met up with some dude. I had an inkling. You know how you get that gut feeling or whatever, whatever. So she was passed out. You know, she was passed out. I checked her phone, and sure enough, there were messages. You know, it's another dude, because she was too retarded to delete her phone. So, you know, caught her, and that was over. Dodged a huge bullet there, dude. Was engaged. There were dates set. There were deposits down. There was a dress bought. All that stuff. Wow. So dodged a major bullet, dude. So this was like in 2008, I guess. I got divorced in 2005. You know, so it wasn't like a total rebound thing or whatever, all right? So fast forward to 2010. I was, you know, more or less done before then. I'm like, yeah, dude, but if whatever happens, happens, whatever. Chick more or less approaches me, right? That I thought would have been kind of out of my league, you know what I'm saying? And we started dating and all this other stuff. You know, common theme here, getting ready to deploy again to Afghanistan in 2011. And hey, I got this going on, got that going on. Hey, do you think you could take a week, a leave, watch my kid? By the way, kids, on top of it all, but I'm willing to deal with it, dude. I'm a single dad too, so I'm like, what, I'm not, whatever.
Mhm.
So, and then before we dated, dude, there was a whole thing where, I was like, you know what, they sit there and tell you, you think they're one way, and you even tell them that, and they sit there and convince you that they're not. Does that make sense? Like, it was kind of one of those kind of deals to where I kind of saw the writing on the wall. I was like, yeah, I was doing my best to feel it out, dude, but still passed all the tests and everything else. And then fast forward a little bit in, and I guarantee. Then the flags just started coming up more and more and more. Like they always say, dude, you never date a chick. Against my best interest, dude, start dating a chick that has guy friends, all this other crap, and then you know what I mean. And it turns into all this other stuff. And dude, I can't go into too many super duper specifics, but then one of my buddies died and more or less broke up with me because I was depressed over that.
Oh no, guys,
So-
put a one if you agree. These chicks are demons, man. Isn't it funny how they're like, men don't need this, men don't feel emotions. We want men to feel more emotions. But then the moment they show any, they're out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. As soon as they have to do some work on their end to take care of you when you're dealing with emotions, as this man was, they're not interested in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were a chopper unit, doing medevacs every day and all that stuff, and all that. That's what we were. We were an air wing unit, like doing medevacs. I was a crew chief, tour gunner, all that crap, dude. So but yeah, dude, I don't know if I summed it up enough, or if you have any more questions, but I probably ended up skipping a bunch because I smoked too much, dude. But that's all.
No,
But
you're
man,
all good,
bless, dude. I
But do you
already
guys know-
I already knew what to look out for and everything, but I was like, screw it, man. I'm gonna throw caution to the wind and go for it, because
But
this
do you
chick
guys-
came
here's
to
the
me,
thing.
and then
Lenny,
ended up
really,
biting me in the
really
ass, dude. Right?
Do you guys notice like everyone's story is we tried to do the right thing and got
Yeah.
put for it?
And then you let
So
yourself
the whole-
be vulnerable for once and see what happens. You get
Yeah.
effed for it, dude. So don't do it. I'd already
Well-
put up the barriers. I thought I knew what I was doing, guys. But I let them down, let them tear them down, and then, oh, I'm not like that. Turned out to be even worse than the kind of person that I thought they were. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I won't go
And-
into super specifics, but there's more to it and all that stuff. But yeah, more or less, like, dude, that was when this was in 2010, 2011. And after that, I totally been, whatever. I'm in it for me. If you're going to add to my life, whatever, or I'm just going to hook up with some random chicks, to get to do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, guys, and here's the thing, and you'll see what this Paul Elam guy is saying, guys. One thing that I'm glad I've never heard, Colin or Lenny or Wes or Matt, John, Carlo, all you guys, I've never heard any of us center chicks like how the pickup artists and all these guys, because one thing that I've heard Paul Elam say and Better Bachelor say and stuff is like, guys, there's this weird thing where guys do things for you. We know, okay, there's a difference that when a guy says that he goes, okay, guys will go to the gym or young guys will do things to get chicks, fine, because that's what we have to do, right? But once you actually really start doing things actually for yourself, so like you can say that you go to the gym for health, but then you actually go to the gym so you can get buff and get chicks. But if you have like a 40K collection, you know what I'm saying? That's yours. You do that for yourself. So we don't lie when we say we do things for ourselves. If you say that you're going to do something for yourself and put yourself first, guys, actually do it. Don't say that and then actually make chicks your goal. You know what I'm saying? Chicks will say that they dress like a 304 for themselves. We all know that's cap.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Chicks will say that they'll get the BBLs and all this other crap for themselves. We know that isn't true.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
But my point is, guys, is I think that's one of the parts of the red pill that's going away is the whole like pickup artist. I'm gonna focus my whole life around getting chicks. Why?
So,
Why? But I think, hold on, guys. There's I think there's two different types of red pill guys, and get everyone unmute and let me know if you agree. There's us guys that are older, and plus the guys like Lenny and Doug MPA who've got divorced, right? So we've had the experiences of like trying and then there's the young guys that haven't experienced anything who they take our stories and our, I don't want to say pain, but and the hurt we express, and they take it on themselves, right? Yes, there are healthy guys that are using our advice and just dodging the landmines, but I think that the two most vocal groups in the red pill are guys in their 40s who got cooked and divorced, and then young guys that are building off the experiences that they've never had from older guys. Guys, what do you guys think?
I think that
I agree with that.
Okay, so guys, in the Black community, the 90s was one of the biggest decades where there were no fathers in the home, because a lot of Black women were just shit up whores out here and picking criminals, right? But the amount of Black men getting women pregnant out of wedlock has been decreasing since the 90s. Like the 2000s and the 2010s, where 54% of Black men are single and childless. So even when there weren't fathers in the home, we got to see, these guys got to listen to their mothers and their aunts and their sisters complain about the guys who got them pregnant. That they got to see, I don't want to be that. I don't want that kind of woman in my life. I don't want that dynamic. So men will find ways to learn, even in shitty situations, even in terrible situations. And I'll also say, I think the next thing, and I really want to see more red pill content creators focus on this, is a lot of young guys, they know that women can harm them. So they want to stay away from women, because we have enough examples of what can happen if you get burned. But I think the next phase is, what are these young guys going to do now? We were raised that you do it for a wife and children and for society and community, but the younger guys like, screw that. So now what do you want to do? I want to see more content creators focus on the young guys that say women are going to screw me over, but still be able to find a purpose in life. I think that's going to be the next step.
Yeah, and here's the thing: us older guys, especially guys like Lenny, Doug MPA, have a right to be pissed off.
Yeah,
you know
I want to say something real quick, AJ, please, because I don't want to get too dark, man. Because
No,
I don't want to get too dark here, guys, and I block a lot of this out. But I've lost 3 of my brothers that. Some of them just, did 1 enlistment. Some of them did 20 years. That directly, if they weren't with a certain female, they'd still be alive today.
Still be alive, yeah.
They got driven to that by
100%.
Somebody that should have supported them and should have been there for them, did the exact opposite and drove them to it. Alcohol is a big factor in it as well. That situation that day. But I've had to attend too many of them for that, and it's broken me. Seriously, it's broken me.
Can I just add in there to support exactly what he said? So of my original unit, from the last time that we got back, I am the last sapper that is left of my original unit of 27 other. So
you're friggin' John Rambo walking through.
Not to go but I just want to stress here that when it comes to these guys who come back home after surviving war, it's almost like that's when the dying really starts. Yeah. When these guys come home, because substance abuse, crime, and women. I'm telling you, those 3 things cause more suicides and homicides. Self-deletes and crimes. Where these veterans end up dead. And there are no good answers when it comes to this.
And guys, you know what's crazy? So Pearl said it the best. She said the reason why cancer hasn't been cured yet is because the scientists working on cancer research are married. Right? So like
Good one.
your time.
That's a good one, dude.
Yo, that's a bar. That's
Yeah. So your time and effort, whether it be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, is a 100% pie chart, guys.
Yeah.
Right? You can only get to 100, and you have to be aware as to how much of that pie chart is going towards what. And too many guys, 60, 70, 80% of their mental, emotional effort is going towards the person sleeping next to them, guys. A lot of guys are sleeping next to their worst enemy, guys.
Yep.
Every other thing, every other achievement, everything else you can achieve in your life is mostly through your own blood, sweat, and tears and your effort. And if you work hard and put enough time into it, you're going to end up where you're going to be. Except with women, guys. Women is the one thing where you could be putting all your time and effort to a person that's in direct opposition of your success, your goals, your virtues, everything. And I see this in the military a lot. You see guys who are literally in this day and age the last of a dying breed. Honor, integrity, follow through, heroism, patriotism, nationalism, and the worst is when they're married to a selfish ass woman.
100%.
Yep.
Nothing sadder, guys.
Seen it time and time again, more times than I can count. I've seen it, and I've lived it myself too.
Yep. Some of the greatest leaders of men. This is leaders of men, industry, all that stuff. People will come far and wide to hear what they have to say and do whatever they want them to do, except for their wife, guys. What the hell?
But yeah, Kevin Samuels said it. He said it the best because when he started his life coaching thing, he started talking to some of his image consultant clients about life. He said that these are titans of industry, and their wives would treat them like they're on fries at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? And here's a guy who's in charge of a multinational, multi-billion-dollar corporation. You guys, who remembers Any Given Sunday?
Oh yeah. And Dennis Quaid was a quarterback.
His
and
wife
he wanted to
slapped him?
retire. Yeah, and his wife kept slapping him in the face. Or that's what they said was going on with Mark Kerr and the Smashing Machine.
Yeah.
He was trying to get ready for some of the biggest fights of his life, and his wife is going crazy on him.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and she like slaps him across the face, and he's an NFL quarterback. You know, it's like, man, there was a guy. He was saying how white chicks they weaponize their oppression, and he's a black dude, and this white chick goes, "How do you figure that?" He goes, "Well, because if that white dude there calls me the N-word, we're fighting. But if you do it, it's I'm just a girl." And he's right. He's right. You know.
And guys, think about the Ray Rice situation, or where women, they will sabotage a man's life because of their feelings. They'll cost you your income, they'll cost you your family, they'll cost you your kids, and they'll cost you your life for their feelings, guys.
And not think anything about it. No second thoughts either.
Yeah.
That's why I just don't get these dudes who put all this time and effort into a sport or starting a business or any of that. Just get cooked because of some broad, you know? What a joke. All right, guys, here, let's do this, and then we'll move on to the next person. Hold on. Check this out, guys.
I mean, it started 1,000 years ago, but it was just passed around among the aristocracy for a long time. But the romantic standard elevates women in importance above men. There's a reason that men kneel to propose. It's a subservient place. The woman is elevated, moral purity flows through her. She decides who's a good man, who's a bad man. Those decisions aren't left up to men. And that became, after the Industrial Revolution, that became the standard across society. People quit marrying as a business deal, which it was for all of human history, and started pursuing their own hearts. But they didn't stop to think that infatuation, that form of love, if we want to call it love, is temporary.
Yeah.
And so we ended up thinking, well, if the love fails, then the marriage fails. So if the marriage fails, women need a way out of it. So men pass no-fault divorce laws for them so that they could get out of the contract and still take assets with them without anybody even doing anything wrong. It just, your feelings changed. We got here by training men from birth that their job was to protect, provide, and be subservient to women's needs.
Man, we are going to cover both of those points of romantic love and gynocentrism. Let's start with romantic love. In your view, what exactly is the problem with it? And what is the issue with romantic love?
Right. We're almost done here, guys.
I think the first issue with it is calling it love. Honestly, romance, you can have romance with somebody you've known for a couple of days or even shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that love? Somebody you don't even know their middle name, you don't know anything about them, you don't know their character, you don't know what they have to contribute, you don't know their personal history with.
But basically, guys, he said that romance is not love. And once we focused, well, society focused on the idea of romance, right? That automatically puts women in an advantageous position over men. And it all started with this aristocratic group of. But here's the thing: as a nobleman, right, or a member of the aristocracy, that was supposedly guaranteeing you a virgin woman, right, who was taught how to be a wife, who would shut up and be the lady of the house, right? So you could see how that would develop, but that's never how it worked. That was never for the common folk, you know.
You know, just something that's kind of interesting, just to add on to your point there. My sister brought up the fact that many of the like the European aristocratic families were like all of kind of the same family. And I pointed out to her, I said, you know, back in the day, and this goes to, you know, marriage and what it was used for. Back in the day, the King of France would marry their son to the daughter of a German prince or king or queen or whatever.
They're already cousins. Ugh.
Right. And but that's how that happened, right? Because when you send your son to marry the princess of another country, like the last thing that you're going to do is start a war with that country, right?
Yeah.
That's how peace was forged, right? And like I think it's interesting adding that component into like our understanding of marriage and what the utility of it was and the business aspect of it, right? I think that that's important because, like, you know, that there are similar customs that have formed in our history all throughout the world that are very similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to add that in.
Yeah, and once again, guys, we do a cost-benefit analysis, right? And guys aren't getting any ROI. Where it's not, and clearly we can see this. Like this is like not rocket science, you know. Who's next?
AJ, real fast. I put that story of Earl Thomas and his wife in the in the private chat. If you want to go over anytime soon.
I found two stories of chicks who got pregnant by Nug Nug, and they wouldn't get the right. So what did Nug do? He took him out, dude. You know, these chicks got to be careful out there, man. You know,
you see that guy is going to jail because he made his girl a matcha latte with the freaking baby deletion pill in it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, make sure to drink the whole thing. You gotta drink it all." And yeah, and she drank it, and she had it.
There you go, honey. Drink up, right? Drink all of it. Here you go. You want seconds? And of course, a couple of days later, guys. You guys remember the one story that I covered of that one anesthesiology nurse? He had been alienated from his kids by his ex-wife, and then he had his new girlfriend who was pregnant, and she was like, "I'm gonna do you like your wife did, and you're never gonna see your kids." So he turned on Facebook Live. He jumped in his car. Knocked on her door, and then he jumped in the car again. He knocked on his ex-wife's door. He took her out too. I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm just saying, like, I understand. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, guys? It was all on Facebook Book Live, and he's nice and calm. Why y'all make me do this?
Yeah. He's like, man,
of course you made me do. You know?
Yeah. He's like, y'all gotta stop messing around with men out here, man. You women, man.
Because look, hey,
like,
Lenny, I'm not trying to dig in your personal life, but I'm pretty sure there was plenty of times where you wanted to freaking jump in the low rider and head over to your ex-wife's house.
Oh yeah, dude. I turned to booze like a real man, so I had really good friends, man. That's what got me through it. I had my brothers.
Like a real man, you know. So yeah,
I had my brothers that had my back, man. Luckily,
Yeah.
I was in a really dark place, like a lot of guys, you know.
Yeah, I'm just saying, guys, that we live in the only place on Earth where, like, just what did Bill Burr say? To say that it's never okay to hit a 304 is nuts. You're trying to say, I mean, what kind of narcissistic way to think? There's nothing that I can do to warrant you. Guys, put a 1 in the chat if a woman has done something to you. Where it's like, if you were a man, I would strangle you to death right now.
Or how about this?
Everybody.
Even your own moms.
Yeah.
How many times as an adult, your own mom, you're like, "Mom, I swear to God, if you were a man,
yeah, seriously,
I'd knock the furniture out your mouth."
Yeah, seriously. So, but guys, who's next? Who wants the floor?
Oh, I'll take it. So the first story, I was in 5th grade, right? And I liked this girl, Stacy Holler was her name. And I was like, huh? Yeah. And like, I really, really like this girl, right? So I wrote a love letter, right? Because, I listened to my mom. She said, "Oh yeah, write her a love letter. It'll be." Guys, don't ever listen to your mom about. So I wrote a love letter to this girl, and I gave it to her. And not only she laughed when I gave it to her, opened it, read it, and laughed, and then shared the entire letter with the rest of the class.
Jeez, dude. Yeah, that's.
I remember, dude. I was so heartbroken. My little 5th grade self, and so I went home, and this is at the beginning of the school year too. So I had to eat this the whole rest of the school year. So like, I literally went. I was like, "Mom, what happened? I thought you said this would work." Right? And of course,
it's over.
So she took me to go get ice cream. She's like, "It's okay," because my little 5th grade self is freaking crying and stuff like that. And I thought that maybe she let me take a break from going to school. She's like, "You're going tomorrow." and I had to eat that the whole rest of the year. And then you, I don't know if everybody knows how my divorce went, but my ex ended up dating and sleeping with my best friend, one of my best friends at work. So this person called me and was like, "Hey, I want to tell you something." One of my friends, "I want to tell you something, but don't get mad." I said, "What?" She's like, "You promise you're not gonna get mad?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Yeah, my friend at work is dating your wife. It's been going on for 4 months." I was like, "Wait, what?" Because we were long distance. And so the guy called me and was like, "Hey, man, like, I didn't know she was married. I'm sorry, man." Sent me all the text messages, all the pictures. And he's like, "Are you not cool? I'm so sorry, man." I was like, "Look, it's not you, man. Like, don't worry. It's not you, dude." And so then my friend called me back and she's like, I thought that you were good. Because women, a lot of times, if they tell a female friend that their husband or boyfriend is cheating, they get mad at the friend instead of the man. So I think thought that that's what was going to happen. And I was like, no. But yep. So now, like, everyone I knew in that friend group knew that my wife at the time was sleeping with this guy.
Damn.
Wow.
Made it nice and easy though, because I filed for divorce after that.
Yeah.
But
So Doug, what was that 5th grade girl's name again?
Stacy was her name.
No, her full name. You said Holler, right?
Yeah, I shouldn't have said her first name, last name, but last name was Holler.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You should have, you shouldn't have listened to your mom. You should have just hollered at her like a nug.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, I'd have zero trust after going through some stuff like that, dude. Holy crap, dude. Everything, like, yeah.
And it's so funny that they try and shame us. Well, who hurt you? Hurt you? Tom Likas put it the best. Any man who has testicles and a dong has been hurt by a woman.
Mhm.
Guys, even zesty dudes have been hurt by women. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Remember that I covered that one story years ago of that zesty guy who got accused of SA because this chick was trying to talk to him. And he was like, "No, I'm zesty," and she tried to get him fired. Ridiculous. A woman tried to say that he was harassing her, and he was like that he's zesty, so there's no way. What a joke.
Yeah.
So who's next? Whoever's next.
I'll go.
Yeah. Tell your origin story. And guys, if you have a villain arc,
I do.
You can tell that too. You know what I'm saying? If you have a villain arc, dude, because we all know the villain arc is when you actually put it into practice. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you guys know how many chicks after that, guys, because chicks hate being ghosted. They hate it, guys. Guys don't like being ghosted, but we take L's, guys. Once you're in your late 30s and early 40s, guys, and you're out here dating, guys. I'm telling you, go out with chicks if you can. Pipe them once or twice. You know what I'm saying? And guys, seriously.
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
Guys, just ghost. What's the one thing chicks want more than anything is closure. I want closure because they can't stand things being left open-ended. Guys, we'll just take the L. You know what I'm saying? But chicks can't stand it. They have to know, what didn't work? What did I do wrong?
And AJ, the freaking double standard is insane because once again, if a woman doesn't want to talk to a guy anymore for any reason, and he does anything but move, if he doesn't just move on, he's a creep, a weirdo, all that stuff. But women can do anything. Women can do everything but move on. They can set your car on fire. They can freaking get you fired from your work. All that stuff. Oh, well, what did he do to deserve it? What did he do? What did he do? What did he do to get her angry enough to do that? It's BS. And guys, also, never forget. On your way out the door, guys, if you're getting divorced or you're going or you're gonna divorce your ex, don't sleep with another woman until everything's over, because all you have to do is get caught talking to or sleeping with another woman before you get divorced, even shortly after, and all she has to do is say, "Oh, you cheated," and everything that she did is forgiven because you cheated.
Yeah.
It's like the stop all. Oh yeah, she was emotionally, verbally abusive, financially irresponsible, got pregnant by some other guy, but you cheated, so everything's your fault. Don't sleep with another woman until everything is done.
Yeah. That's crazy, huh? Who's next?
Oh, I was just gonna say. So, for me, there wasn't one definitive. In terms of you said in the context of like dating, relationships. Well, I mean, there's a couple things that you regulars have heard me say. I don't need to repeat, but for me, it was mostly like a very early on and a slow progression. Number one, since my high school days. I was a blue collar worker, and of course, a white man in the Pacific Northwest, Seattle area, just like AJ. So, of course, the way that especially the females, but also the lip-turted beta simps, the way I was always treated and looked down upon, and treated with this absolute disdain, just it just it made me jaded, needless to say. But then the other thing is that in all the car repair shops I worked at, and I worked at quite a lot because I didn't have any tolerance for bullshit, working flat rate as a mechanic. Let's just say I worked in a lot more shops than most guys ever would because, one, you F around with my paycheck, dude, I'm out. I'm done. Two, there's a number of shops where, dude, these shops were just straight up crooks. And I straight up, I would walk in one day, finish whatever job I had, walk into the office and say, "Hey, I'm done. I'm quitting. I already got a tow truck here for my coming for my toolbox. You should be lucky that I'm not even, that I'm not leaving a car completely torn apart."
Yeah.
And there's a couple of shop owners. I straight up told them, I was like, "Dude, you're an effing crook. You're a thief. Like, dude, I got a conscience. I'm not gonna do this, man." So, anyways. Long story short, in all these shops I always worked at, there was always at least one, if not two or three guys who they were just getting destroyed. I mean, just fisted by the family court, for child custody, for child support, and I mean these stories that these guys were telling me. I looked at them. I'm like, even if that's only half true, my goodness, my God. And I remember there was actually one guy very, very early on. In high school, I started working at a muffler and brake shop, went out to Wyoming Tech for 9 months. And then when I came back, I went back to work at the muffler and brake shop for, it was like 6 or 9 months, something like that. And there's this one old guy. I mean, he was an old guy. And, his, bitter battle axe of a bitch, broad. I mean, he was, mainly for child support. And I don't know, this guy, he couldn't afford a halfway decent attorney. So he was just getting this, like literally this guy, usually at least one day a week, the other 3 or 4 guys, we would all chip a couple bucks together to basically buy him a decent lunch because the only thing he could eat during the day was a cup of ramen. That's it. That's all he could afford. That's how badly he was getting destroyed.
Hold on. You guys see what Colin's saying, guys? All you young guys, all you guys that are 19, 20 to 25, 20, 28, and guys, so what I want to do is I want to have Matt, Lenny, Wes. How old are you, buddy?
I am 62.
Okay, great. So all of us guys that are like 40 and up, I want to have a live stream here soon. Maybe in a couple weeks. We'll plan this. What to do when you're like 28 to about 31? Because you young guys, that's oftentimes when younger guys start making more money. That's the first time they get that real raise, or they graduate from like that, or like they've been working as an electrician for 6-7 years, right? They get that first big bump. Guys who are in the military and now they're GI Bill, they're done with school, or I don't know, like right between 28 and 31 is when you really start getting real good money. You know, like money where you're like, hey, I can do stuff. I think that, and nobody tells those guys that that's the most precarious position that you can be in. Because, guys, what's the average age of first marriage in the United States right now?
Look, it's a 28 to 31 or something.
Thank you. So these idiots turn around and freaking get married to some broad.
Yeah,
you know.
So anyways, and you also think about what he said about how the guy could only afford a cup of ramen during the day. How is that not indentured servitude again?
Thank you. Yeah.
So when I went back to work there, right? I remember, you know, I mean, this poor bastard. He was, I mean, you could, you know, just looking at him, this guy was so broken, right? And I remember one week I noticed that like he actually like smiled a couple times, right? And then, you know, we came to find
one
out
of his
that,
exes die.
No. He, we, you know, we come to find out that he was getting to the point where he only had like 2 months left on his child support that was killing him. Because the kid was gonna turn 18. Of course, the mother completely alienated the kid against him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for like about a week and a half, 2 weeks, he was like, you could tell that like he found a small part of himself again, right? And then all of a sudden, one day, dude, he was even worse. Like he was like. The dude, like he almost like one day for the first time ever, he showed up like an hour late for work, which was like, whoa, like if somebody called the authorities, what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we come to find out that this goddamn dude, this evil demon of an ex, what she did, she went to the court and filed a petition to have the child support extended until the kid turned 24 because she convinced the kid that he had to be a full-time university student.
Oh no, that's right, Washington State. Look at that.
Exactly.
Yeah, terrible.
And of course, you know, back then, the judge, you know, I don't know if it was a he or she, doesn't matter. The judge approved it. And dude, I remember the next day when we found this out. We're all like at the very beginning of the day, you know, we're all kind of sitting there looking at each other like, man, I hope he shows up. Please tell me, you know, we're all like, dude, please tell me.
They're like that one scene on Shawshank where like
they're
waiting for Andy Dufresne to come out of the cell.
But
keep going, Colin. Yeah.
No, that was it. But you know, just hearing all these stories from so many dudes, I was just like, my God, dude, the female creatures are just demons. And then, of course, like I said, I mean, you regulars, you've heard me talk about my mother. You've heard me talk about that one and only broad I ever asked to marry me. And what I found out years later, we'll just leave it at that, you know. I mean, man, yeah, dude, demons, man, goddamn demons.
Yeah, and no one ever holds them accountable, and they can always say that everything's men's fault.
Yeah.
Right? That everything is all men's fault. It's ridiculous, guys. It's absolutely insane. You guys, you know, I think another thing that's kind of like red pill us slowly, because once you start watching what women do and not what they say, as you get older, guys, you really start to see like all these chicks who are capping and coping about feminism in their 20s. All of them, by the time you're 34, 35, they either become single moms or they friggin' marry some cleanup dude. You know what I'm saying? And they completely turn on a dime. You know, I knew a girl. She was a total feminist chick, and now she's married to some dude to some point at Dexter, and they have kids and stuff. She's like, I just love my kids, and I love being a wife. La la la. But little does he know, I know what she was doing in college. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, who's next?
I can go next.
Sure.
I can make it brief, and I can leave, and somebody else, maybe give somebody else an opportunity to come in. But
no, dude, take your time, man. This is
okay.
It's Sunday night, man. The daytime lives, I try and keep to about 2 hours, but it's Sunday, man. Look. The sooner we get done, the sooner it's Monday. I don't want that to
happen. There's motivation. There's motivation.
So go for it.
Okay. Dude. Well, I'll sum it up. First, great divorce. You can sum it up in 2 words, but go back to 2016. At that time, I was 52 years old.
Hit the like button, guys.
We had been married for 18 years, had 3 kids. And then late in December 2016, to be exact, right around Christmas time, Merry Christmas. So she had reconnected with an ex-boyfriend. She came and said, well, I haven't been, I told the story before last time I was on your show, and she said, well, I've been happy in our marriage for quite some time. Blah, blah, blah. And so everything was turned upside down. Just some things she did, like, I was living somewhere else, and she told our oldest son some things that weren't true as far as the situation is, that like I was trying to be unfair to her, and really it was the other way around. And I was just so stressed. Everything was up in the air. I felt like everything hung over my head. And so just one night I went out and took a walk. I was so stressed. I had so much nervous energy that I just said, okay, I'm going to get divorced. And after this, I will never go through another divorce. Any relationship I have from now till the day they put me in a box and throw dirt on top, it's really easy for me to bail out. So that was kind of my red pill moment. Then things happened after that reinforced that, where child support, oh my God, it's just so cut and dried. It's not like what do the children actually need? It's like, this is what you make. This is what we take. That's how that works.
Yeah. What state are you in?
Texas.
Well, I mean, Texas at least has a cap. You know what I'm saying?
No, Illinois, and that's another story. I'm not paying child support anymore, even though I was able to get out of that. That's I guess that could be you could say that's my villain arc in a way, yeah. But we went back to, actually, we didn't even go to court because she signed a waiver, and I was able to get out of it because of the situation she had got herself into. So, but once that got done, I was like, yes, I'm doing. I mean, 10 years later, I'm doing so much better now.
Right on, man.
So
can you describe like the last 10 years of like putting yourself first? You know what I'm saying? Like what that involves.
It's just
give me a second. MC Nemesis, how you doing, man? MC Nemesis going once. MC Nemesis going twice. MC Nemesis 3 times. Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
No, but putting myself first. No, it's just no, it's just I downsized. I got rid of a lot of stuff. I'm more moving from a house to a 1-bedroom apartment. You kind of have to, but I'm just very minimalist now. Just on the weekends, it's like, what do I want to do? I don't know. We'll see. Do whatever I want to do.
Nice.
So yeah, go ahead.
Question for you. So, doesn't it feel odd being quote unquote selfish? You know what I mean? Like, how uncomfortable was it for you? And Lenny, if you can chime in, all you guys that have been divorced.
I'm unapologetically selfish.
But what I'm saying though is like, guys, to all you guys that are young, guys, us older guys, because selfish is not a bad word to us. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us have tried being selfless to a fault. And guys, once again, I need to know if all you guys agree. Guys, red pill with MGTOW, men minding their own business, black pill, is actually, it goes against our nature as men. Our nature is selfless, and women's nature is selfish. So that's why it takes, I honestly, that it takes so much trauma and so much foolishness to make you think it's a red pill is a reaction. You know what I'm saying? It's reaction to women's behavior.
And you wake up.
Yes. Yeah, keep going.
I want to say one thing. You mentioned MGTOW back 2016. At that time, when I made that decision, I had not heard anything about MGTOW or red pill or female hypergamy. And I mean, I made that decision. I didn't even tell anybody for a while. But I mean, after a while, I started telling them, I'll never be married again. No. So the point I was going to make is that it's MGTOW. People say how it's a movement, and I guess I can kind of see how they would come to that conclusion. But for me, I'd not heard anything about it at that time, so I didn't join any movement at that time. But now I can. It's kind of, in a way, it's become a movement, I guess we could say. I don't know. Maybe that's a discussion for another show.
No, guys, we can talk about it a little bit. Here's the thing that the thing that what makes a person like red pill or MGTOW? They just say they are. You know what I'm saying? That's it. There's no secret handshake. There's no decoder ring. There's no none of that, right? If you say that and you don't simp. Now, guys, we aren't trying to. It's not up to me to go, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Matt, he ain't red pill yet. Nah, I don't do that. There's clearly guys like who don't practice what they preach. Like Fresh from Fresh and Fit. He's banging friggin' escorts and getting them pregnant. That, okay, fine, But if you're just a regular dude out here saying, look, I'm putting myself first, I'm going to make the best informed decisions for myself based on these facts, data, statistics, and data points, you're welcome here. Guys, look, I'm in a relationship. Matt's married. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be red pill and be married, dating, single, MGTOW. You can do all types of stuff. You just have to make sure that you are doing what's best for yourself.
Can I just chime something in? It's sort of ridiculous to think that, like, in a community, you're going to have people that 100% go along with everything that you believe.
Yeah,
that's just not going to happen. And if it does, people are not telling the truth. You know what I mean? Like with AJ, your relationship with me, we're not the same people. We disagree vehemently on some things. But that doesn't mean that I can't appreciate you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not the cheerleaders.
That's what women do. That's right. What women and wokey wokes do. You know what I'm saying? And we cannot afford on our end to disqualify each other based on one simple disagreement. Then this is what I was saying during the whole Greg Adams, Andrew Wilson thing. Guys, you can like both of them. I don't really watch Greg Adams, but I like him. From what I've seen of him, I like him. The whole free agent lifestyle, I think, works for men. But I understand Andrew Wilson's not a red pill guy, but he's helping more young men come to a more conservative mindset. I'm talking real conservatism. I mean, hating degeneracy, not dealing with women's crap. You know what I'm saying? But then he talks about single moms and guys getting married and that our only purpose is go forth and multiply. I disagree with that. But does that mean that Andrew Wilson's heart is in the wrong place? No. So I continue to listen to him. I continue to listen to Greg Adams. Or the same way that guys, look, Bill Burr's been funny for 35 years. And now, because he said 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 things, because it's probably his wife telling him, I can't watch Bill Burr's stuff anymore. That's crazy. Guys, do not disqualify someone based on 1, 2, 3 things that they say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. So
yeah, I agree with that. And it's like we're all a little bit different maybe, but we all have a common ground.
Yeah.
And as far as marriage, I mean, people, I know sometimes, I probably don't say this often enough, but people who are married and both people are happy, I'm happy for them. God bless them. But that's just something for me. I'll never do that. Not at this point in my life.
Yeah. And Wes, you said you're 60?
62.
Okay. Let me see. Is anyone else in here Wes's age? I think everyone else is all. I think Colin's my age. Flat. How old are you, buddy?
33.
Okay, so yeah, guys, Wes, can you explain the rebuild? Like, I think what guys fear about divorce is the rebuilding process. Mm-hmm. So I know that you were kind of older than Lenny was when he got divorced. You got divorced when you were in your 50s,
52,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you explain how that went? Just summarize like how that went, because I think that your narrative can destroy the whole cheaper to keeper narrative.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah, cheaper to keep her. Yeah, when I hear that, I just
right. I know, right?
You've been had. You've been hoodwinked.
Sometimes that cheaper thing is.
As far as what to do after divorce, Terrence Popp, Redunculus, he has a lot of great videos about what is life like. What is life like after divorce? But I mean, it's just to me. You just got to bite the bullet, hire an attorney, get it done. Don't bicker about little stuff. Like as far as the house, she's like, "Can I have the couch?" I said, "Take it." "Can I have the refrigerator?" "Take it." I mean, she could have asked, "Can I have the kitchen sink?" I would have said, "Take it."
But here's the thing, Wes, can you agree? Because I showed you guys that clip of the lead attorney, and he was saying you got to understand that when you are getting a divorce, that woman is your enemy.
Yes, 100%.
You are the Jedi and she's the Sith. Straight up, dude. There is no, I just want to marry. I don't want to marry. No, she's coming for your neck, dude. Straight up. I'm talking. She's Megatron. You're Optimus Prime, dude. Straight up, man.
Yes,
this
exactly.
is not a game. You guys are enemies. It's war. You guys, they will do that. Here's the thing. To them, they either want to win or just burn the whole place down. If they're not going to win, guys, they will set fire to everything. So you got to be as proactive and strategic as possible. You know?
Yeah, I remember I heard a divorce attorney say on some YouTube channel. He said whoever is the most in a divorce settlement, whoever is the most evil wins.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, you fully see your wife as the enemy.
So do you agree with me that the sooner that a guy gets out of a marriage, the sooner that he can start rebuilding?
Yes. The sooner the better. Exactly, 100%.
Yeah. So like now that it's been 10 years, with right after your divorce being like a 1, where are you now? Just like in life on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm like a 9 because I'm
nice.
like.
You see that, guys? You see that? Let's go.
Thank you.
Right on, man.
That IRA account I had, it's slowly, gradually built itself back up. I have a couple more retirement accounts, and I can actually retire in a few years. So I'll probably still work doing something. I'm just not just gonna, but
be a Lenny.
I'll
be at a point in my life where
I'm just kidding, Lenny. You're not just playing, but Lenny's living the good life.
I'll be at a point where I don't have to work as much. That's one of the things. AJ, one of the things. Besides the serious discussions, AJ, that's what I appreciate about your channel is the humor. It's got a lighthearted tone. That helps.
I say this, guys, all the time. Snowboards channel with he's here. My chance, guys. We just laugh at this mess. Because guys, everyone who's in this chat, guys, all of us are all winning. Everyone who's on this panel, all of us are all winning, guys.
Yes, sir.
We've cracked the code. We've beat the system. So, guys, we're past the anger, the red pill rage, all of that. And guys, once you kind of build yourself up to where you created this buffer around yourself. Guys, I got disposable income. I got my house. I live in a nice neighborhood, so I don't have to deal with. I live in the South, so I don't have to deal with any woke, knuckleheaded, policies or nug trying to kick in my door. I have firearms, so if he does take care of business, you know what I'm saying? Like I live a great life, guys, and this is where you want to end up. So there's no reason for me to be angry, but at the same time, guys, I think all of us have a kind of dark sense of humor, and we're all petty enough to want to tell people, "I told you so." Because there's nothing wrong with being petty. That's one thing about me. I am a petty bastard, dude. There are people. I'm telling you, I told you so. Don't do this, man. You know what you're talking about. Sure enough, it blows up in their face, and they go, "I told you so. I told you, you moron. I told you. I told you." And this is how we are with these women, guys. We've been telling how much. Guys, put a 1 or anyone chime in right now if you have a story of a woman who you told her not to do X thing, and she did it anyways, and she got cooked. Guys, put a 1 in this chat if there was a chick in the last like 5 or 6, 7, 8 years, or there was like a major thing where you told this chick to not do it, and she did, and it completely blew her life up. All because she thought that you're mansplaining or you don't know anything, or she's going to prove to the all-knowing they that she's independent. Please. Who was saying something?
No, man, I was just going to say this Saturday, my cousin had a wedding that I hope goes well for him, man. He's in the video game industry, and he just went through a divorce, I think about 6 years ago. 3 kids, dude, to where literally she woke up one day and, I'm not happy anymore. I'm just not designed to be a mother. Takes the kids from a old tobacco farmhouse, with, a kid's dreamland to a 2-bedroom apartment for 3 kids, and a divorce and all that. He went through that divorce and he just got remarried Saturday, man. I hope it goes well for him. I unfortunately had to miss it because we just got back. I spent 2 weeks in Tennessee on vacation, so we didn't get to see that, but I just had my fingers crossed so hard for this guy, man. I think this is I told him right before, though, I said, man, just think about this. I don't know if he did a prenup or not. I said, you have a lot more to lose than you do to gain by getting married, dude. He's dated this chick for about a year, which I did not get a chance to meet, man, just because I've been doing my own thing and he's doing his own thing. He's doing his grind, So, because he's, but yeah, dude, it was just yesterday, and man, I still have the alarm bells going off in my head. I hope it goes well for this guy, but this could be his dividing moment. The guy's making decent 6 figures and all that stuff. 3 kids, already had 1 divorced. I just hope this one turns out well for him.
Matt H, how you doing, man?
Oh, hey, AJ, what's up?
Sweet, dude. There you are.
Yeah, I just thought I'd join up in I've got my my villain arc too to share.
Oh, sweet, dude.
I'm 57. Yeah. Been divorced, been through the whole show.
So to piggyback what Wes had said, when did you get divorced?
Back in 2011.
And how old were you?
Oh gosh, I was in my 40s.
Yeah, that's still a good time to get kicked in the balls. Like, you're supposed to be using your 40s to build up for the rest of your life. How was it rebuilding? Because once again, guys, a lot of young guys, I would even say your 40s is gray divorce too. Getting divorced in your 20s and your early 30s is way different than in your 40s. Matt H, how was it like rebuilding?
It was hard. I mean, she just bailed on me, and I was able to make the house payments because I was, had a good job at the time, was making decent money, had some money in savings. But I missed her. We were high school sweethearts. The whole thing. Completely 100% in love with her. I did get kicked in the balls. It hurt like hell. It took me a while to kind of recover and get my bearings for sure.
So, like,
still
I
love
her. Wes, like, how are you doing now?
I'm doing good now.
No, Matt.
Oh, Matt. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was for West too.
No, Matt. Yeah. Scale of 1 to 10, like after your divorce as a 1, and now how are you doing? Oh, what happened? Just someone dropped off. Okay, keep going. Oh, Matt, you still there?
Oh yeah, I thought that was for West. My bad.
Oh no.
How am I doing now? Okay, I've got 6 figures in the bank because I sold the house in Portland, made a lot of money off that. The ex-wife just took off, so I'm basically living on savings now for about 2 years right now, just chilling, doing basically nothing, talking to other freaks on the internet like what I'm doing right now.
Cool, man.
But I am planning on getting back to work here probably this fall.
Cool. So let me see who else. Who else wants the floor, guys? Anyone go? Your whole red pill story, man. Who hasn't spoken?
Oh, AJ. AJ, real quick, can I say something about I like on your videos about women who do foolish stuff that you say, and then you always say, "Guys, I don't feel bad for them. Just point and laugh." I have to admit that's my guilty pleasure.
Yeah,
I don't feel guilty about it.
There's the all-knowing they. They need to know that I'm strong and independent. Who is they? They say that they try and keep women out of STEM. They try and keep the wage gap going. Who is this they? Who is the all-knowing they? Guys, it's just ridiculous. And once you kind of deconstruct their stupid argument, once again, all it is a reason for them to have some type of victimhood. And guys, this all leads back to my older sister, who's once again the worst person I've ever met in my entire life. Well, yeah. That I've personally known. She's horrible. Every single negative, woman stereotype, she's wrapped up all into one, and she shouldn't be this way. We were raised with two, advanced. A degree having parents. We came from poverty into the American dream. You know what I'm saying? We're like the Huxtables, and my sister ended up being some dunderheaded single mom idiot, thinks that so she has a Jeep Wrangler, like one of the newer ones, and she wants to go she's into all the little Wrangler meetups and the off-roading events, because guys, if you ever own a Jeep Wrangler, well, first of all, I don't know why anyone would, but never go to an all black Jeep Wrangler meet, because they put the big rims on them, and there's always some freaking loud music, and there's always a fight breaking out. My sister's been to like 3 or 4 of them down in Florida, and she's like, I thought we were supposed to be into like off-roading, and 2 of them she went to, there was a fight. You know what I'm saying? So she goes to these ones that are out in the middle of nowhere, and they teach you how to go mudding through these holes and up the things. And she's like, I just feel like all these white people are like, what's this black girl doing here? And I'm like,
they love her.
Really think those people who are there on a hot afternoon after working all week on a hot Saturday afternoon, who is going to go mudding in their Jeeps and drink beer, they are focusing on you. They don't care about, and you pulled up in a Jeep. That's all you need. Guys, if you've ever been in the cars, Colin, right? All you got to do is pull up in a cool car.
Yeah.
I've never shown up to a car meeting. Oh, man.
Can I, as a white man, can I just say something?
What a joke. Yeah.
I just hate that attitude, like somehow black people exclude themselves from white people. Man, if you pay attention, you've always been involved. We've always loved black culture and black music and black food. Come on now. I mean, we love
what
it.
I'm saying is that us blacks, we stereotype ourselves worse than anyone else.
Yeah. Exactly. Y'all
oh man, we don't do that. We don't do that. It's like, or if you're in the said thing, it doesn't make any sense. But then at the same time, we'll say, well, why is there no representation in it? Guys, this is just simple demographics, right?
But it's also math,
If all of us started a company, right? Okay. Are we going to market to the 70% population who's white or the 13.5% who's black?
Exactly.
We're gonna market to the majority. That's just how it works. We live in a country where the majority just happens to be white. That's just how it works. It's not right. It's not wrong. It is what it is. Guys, you can go to Finland with their 98% Finnish. You can go to Japan with their 97% Japanese. You know what I mean? What are you doing? Hold on, guys. Terrell Ashley, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Good. Yeah.
Oh,
Sweet.
cool beans, man. Man, I want to share like my red pill story with you guys, man.
Yeah.
It's like I had my awakening moment back in 2019, man.
Sweet. The floor is yours, man.
All right, appreciate it, yo. So like I'm a active duty service member. Been in the Navy for 17 years. I retire in 2029.
Another Navy guy.
All
right.
They're everywhere. Anyways, keep going, Terrell.
Okay, yeah, man. So basically, man, Joe. So like, I was married to this B-dub, unfortunately. Last one ever. So when that happened, so I got married when I was young. I think I was like 24, 24, 25, I think. And then, so I didn't know her like that. Right. So, but like, I just got out of a previous relationship for like 4 years, almost going on for like 4 years. And then so I started talking to this chick. Right. So I thought that she was dope, nice, polite, all that shit. Right. But like, she bait and switched my ass. And then so right after I married her, I just started seeing things I did not even notice, bro.
Like what?
Smoking, constant drinking. She didn't go to the gym when she said that she went to the gym at least about 3 or 4 times a week. She was controlling, bro. You couldn't tell this motherfucker nothing. Oh, like, sorry, my language. You couldn't tell her. You can't tell her. Yeah, my bad.
You're good.
My bad. Yeah, like you couldn't tell her nothing, man. Whenever you try to like correct her, she'll get angry and defensive. You could tell her anything in the most polite way possible, and she would get so defensive, dude. She would.
I'm gonna kill your bitch ass, bitch.
It's literally it, bro.
Hey, here's one. Here's one that I've learned in my 57 years. There is no right way to tell a woman something she does not want to hear.
I know.
Bro, it's not, dude. It's not. But like, I'll continue though. So she and then so she always chose like her motherfucking. Oh god damn. She always chose like her friends like over me. She'll stay out all night. We'll get into arguments about that type of stuff and everything, right? And then so I remember I came back from a deployment back in 2019, right? So we had already separated by that time because like, I found out that she'll cheat on me with another female, right? And the female that she cheated on me,
look at that.
Seriously.
God, hey Terrell.
Lesbians.
I hate lesbians.
She was with Don Lesbian.
Yeah,
part-time sister fighter.
She on me with another female, right? So we separated and everything, right? So I started doing my thing. She started doing her thing. So like, she told me that she was going back home to DC, and then I come back from deployment. She was still there. I was like, bro, like get out of here, dog. Get out of here, right? So I went on a trip down to El Salvador. But before that, I was deployed down to El Salvador for like 4 months, and I met this gorgeous Latina named Gloria, right? Big booty Latina, slim, nice,
let's go.
Polite. Always had a smile on her face, man. The complete opposite, dude. Like night and day difference, bro.
Guys, Terrell's a.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
Wait, Cord, don't you have a big booty Latina too?
No, but I'll take one.
No, who is that? There's someone else that calls in. Probably
Secret.
No, well, yeah.
I got
Just
one in
someone else.
rotation, but I ain't gonna marry nobody.
sorry, Terrell. It's all you.
Now you good.
Keep
Now you
doing
good. And then so, but you know, I said, man, dude, I met this gorgeous Latina man. Like I don't know if y'all can see up on my profile picture, but like that's her right there, right? That's her and everything. But yeah, so I started talking to her, you know, all that jazz. Like everything going smooth, and everything. So like, so kind of find out. So and I got finished seeing her back in 2019. So mind you, though, too, at the same time, she was still dating like this lesbian chick, and I was still talking to my Latina. And then so she found out, we got into a huge fight. She started ripping my clothes off. She broke my TV.
What?
Like, she broke my yeah, she broke my TV that I paid for.
What?
And yeah, dude, and, oh man, trust my tell you, it's not even like this is not even like the kicker part of it, bro. Dude, so like I was living in Jacksonville, Florida. I called the police, bro. Mind you, I called the police to have them take her away, just to have her leave. But she was still she was still like going around the apartment, breaking all my stuff and everything. And like I didn't touch nothing on her. I didn't do. And so what ended up happening? So when she tried to break my TV, dude, mind you, I did not put my hand on this crazy chick not one time, bro. And then so the only thing I did was that like I moved her hand from the TV to try to stop her from breaking it. Mind you, before that, she like ripped my clothes off, beat me, and all that stuff, right? Mind you, matter of fact, it was already separated. She was talking to somebody else, I was talking to somebody else. Right. And then so I called the police, waited over an hour for the police to come. She gave the police her story, I gave the police my story. Dude, guess which one they took to jail?
You went to jail?
They took me.
Oh,
They took me to jail.
I gotta get that phone out and record everything.
Bro, yeah, but like I didn't know better back then, but now I know.
Did the
And now-
charges get dropped? And did
Yeah, charges got dropped.
Your Navy
Yeah.
career?
Yeah, like the charges got dropped. Yeah, dude, like my whole entire command found out.
Oh no.
Yeah, dude, my whole entire command found out.
So,
And,
Terrell-
it was embarrassing. Yeah.
So Terrell, is it safe or fair to say that now, if you see a weave, it's time to leave?
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Like, dude, like weave, long. Yeah, dude, like weave, long nails, and bad attitude. Oh, fat, bruh.
Tattoos,
Multiple kids.
nails. You got freaking Terrell.
Who is this guy? I don't know.
Dude, like I kid you not, man. And then ever since then, bro, like, dude, I was like, man, I am done with like B-dubs, bro. I'm never again, dog. Never again, bro.
Me neither. Never, guys. I don't see why any man would have a Western woman, let alone a B-dub. But guys, once again, all you guys that have traveled, Korg, Terrell, you know what I'm saying? All you guys that when you see what, once again, the amount of hell that we have put up with as Western men, when look at everyone on this panel and in this chat, everything that you've accomplished, right? There are men in third world countries who work in salt mines, who work at a pineapple stand on the side of the road, who get a feminine, beautiful, submissive woman.
That's true, man.
And we can't.
We can't, bro. They always sit there and say, dude, they always sit there and say, like, protect, like a man gotta protect, provide, do all that, like all the way from A to Z, did all that, bro, and it still came back to bite me. I was bro, screw this, man.
What did I say earlier? Right? A lot of us guys, we end up where because we've tried to do the right thing, and we got cooked for it. There's not a guy that's on this panel or in this chat who hasn't tried to do the right thing. And guys, I need to tell you, I need you guys to hear me. I'm getting serious here. There's been like 5 or 6 cases in like the last month and a half of guys that have tried to step in during like a DV event, you know?
Here I come to save the day.
And they lost their lives for it. Guys, no.
Yeah,
You cannot show out to protect any woman who's not related to you or you're not married to. Other than that, guys, to hell with them. I'm dead ass serious. You guys, oftentimes the dude shoots the other guy, and then the chick still goes home with him. You know, you can't do it, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
Act like it's nothing.
Leave that stuff to the professionals.
Yeah. Yep. Call the cops, guys, and just I don't know, but leave. But I wouldn't even get involved. Guys, here's the thing. Ass whoopings just don't fall from the sky. Yes, there's that small percentage of dudes who are animals who spin kick rods for no reason. But guys, there are times where these chicks just talk reckless, you know? And I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not. But what I am saying is that oftentimes that there have been chicks that have said some stuff to dudes, and you're like, he did this to me. Well, what did you say to him? I told him his kid wasn't his, but that doesn't mean he had to be me. It's like, it kind of does.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, like my ex-wife, bro, like she said some of the most reckless things to me, man. And there was times, man, I wanted to just lay her out, bro.
Yeah.
I kid you not, man.
If she was a man, he would have. Hey, here's the thing. If this was the Middle East, if this was Southeast Asia, or if this was Africa, you know what I'm saying? Hey, she would have got dealt with. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the guy freaking stoned to death, bro.
You know what I'm saying? They were like, yeah.
Or at least put a burqa on it.
Yeah, Russia too. If you guys go down these Twitter rabbit holes of like men actually hitting back, a lot of them are from Russia. You scroll down these things, and Ivan's not playing, dude. Sputnik is not playing. Some chick gets in his face. He says, it is not straight. Yeah. But that's how they are over there, you know? So
the voice what they kind of just cracking asses over there. Oh, there I go again.
Yeah, but all right.
They like to fight over there.
But Terrell, question for you. So are you still with the Latin chick?
Oh yeah, definitely, dude.
Okay.
Plan on getting married in August.
So, question for you: how does your family feel about the fact that she's not black?
Oh, they love her.
But do you have like female parts of the family who he dated a black woman?
Actually, no. But I did have a couple of homegirls that are black that asked me that same question. They asked me, why don't you want a black girl? Like, why can't you get a black girl? It's like, and then so I had one of them ask me, oh, so you can't handle a black woman? I was like, why do I want a woman that I have to handle? What type of sense that make?
Yeah, you handle snakes. You handle friggin' children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't make. And here's the thing, guys. Okay, I have to admit this. Part of the red pill is, guys, us men, our standards kind of go out the window if she's fine. I know, guys. But we've all dated single moms or whatever. If they've been like nines, right? Sorry, like times with that. But guys, you can't get played by a 4.
No, you can't.
You just can't. And guys, here's the thing: a man's more willing to handle a 9 than a 4. And guys, the average B-dub, because of her weight and her attitude, is a 4 at best. That's the average a B-dub is. I would say that's average, right? It's just ridiculous. And here's the thing, because my girl is Korean, right? And I told her, I was like, when we go out, B-dubs are going to look at you crazy because I'm 6'3", and I'm black. And at first, she, then she started seeing it, and now she just can't unsee it. It's like it doesn't make any sense that they think that somehow they're entitled, that they can just do whatever that they want. Us black men are supposed to be like, oh, please give me some, please let me smell your drawers. No way. Don't wash anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, like, that what happened to me and my chick when we went out to eat at this nice restaurant for her birthday. Man, that was like this table of like 4 B-dubs, man. I was dressed up nice, she was dressed up nice, and everything. We walked into the restaurant, we saw like these 4 B-dubs, 2 of them old, and one of them, and like 2 of them were like by like middle age, but like 30 something. And as soon as we walked in, dude, like I cannot describe the faces that they gave me, man. They gave me like the disgusting face. I was jealous.
True face.
Die, bitch! You die of AIDS, huh?
Get mad. And dude, and then so me and my chick, bro, like, dude, like when we sat down at our table, bro, like I told her about it, and then, bro, like, he's not, bro, like we were laughing our butts off, dog. It was the most hilarious thing, man.
What state are you in, Terrell?
So like I'm up here in Virginia right now for school, but like, but like I live in Florida.
Okay, question for you though. So have you been out in the DMV?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to live up here.
Have you noticed? Because I used to live in the DMV. You go out Friday, Saturday night, guys. Anyone who's been in the DMV, you see just herds of B-dubs, single B-dubs.
Yeah,
bars by themselves and the restaurants by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody wants them. Why? Nobody wants them. It doesn't make any sense. Guys, B-dubs are like Chevettes or Chevy Citations. You know what I'm saying? Why? A Chevy Monza. Why?
Hey,
What's the
AJ.
point? Yeah.
AJ, I have a confession to make here.
What's that?
Okay. After my divorce was final, I did date. I'm not dating anybody now. I haven't for a few years, but I have dated a couple of BWs, black women.
Are you white though?
Yes.
It's different for you.
Yeah,
No. You smash them all you want, because here's the thing: they will treat you much differently than they treat Terrell and Flat Highway and myself.
AJ speaks the truth.
Yeah,
okay,
guys. If you white guys want some easy, you know what? Put a dating profile and put black women only. Man, shoot,
man.
Never take them home.
Oh no, don't, guys. Use my patented technique. Don't tell them your real name. Don't tell them where you live. Take the condom with you.
Who is this guy? I don't know.
Throw the smoke bomb and disappear into the mist. I'm telling you guys, all you white guys, I'm telling
Just
you,
like Homer into the bushes.
Yeah, you will open up. Guys, I'm telling you, you white guys are a trophy to them.
Yeah, man. And see how fast they'll open up their legs.
Yep.
See how fast.
Yeah. Yep.
It's almost scary.
Just remember, your condom better be made of vibranium. You know?
I do the old.
Have those mineral spirits close by afterwards.
But it's true. You know what I mean? And what's crazy is these B-dubs, they take on this instant Valley Girl voice when they're with a white guy. They'll actually shut up until you piss them off. You know what I'm saying? You know? But yeah, guys, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you guys want some easy tail, man, you guys, here's a crazy thing about us in Highway, Terrence. Terrell, chime in here. If you want to date black as a black man, guys, there's non-American black women out there.
Yeah.
Afro-Brazilians, Afro-Cubans, Afro-Guatemalans. There's black Puerto Ricans. There's chicks from Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Panama, Honduras.
Yeah, that don't have the same attitude
Colombia,
as these American B-dubs do it. And I say this all the time. Guys, you could Thanos snap 99% of all American B-dubs away. And the world would be a much better place. I'm dead serious.
That right there is facts.
I'm dead serious. They
Right
do not contribute anything positive to society at all. And people go, "Oh, well, AJ, isn't your mom and your sister black?" You know what? To hell with them too. How about that?
Just like Asians, they'll put your socks on and they'll cook for you too.
So, but yeah, let me see who we haven't heard from. Matt Fenris.
What's up?
The floor is yours, man. How did you get red pilled, man? What's your story?
My red pill story is actually very strange. Majority of it was watching everybody else fail. You know how they say, right? Wise men learn from their mistakes, but even wiser men learn from everybody else's.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what ended up happening was how I was about 7 years old, and I was in grade 3. At this point in my life, nobody knew I had a brain disability. So I was having a hard time reading, hard time interacting with people, and my mom and dad were warned about that, and they chose to ignore it. So one day, I was getting beaten on by a bunch of girls in my class while I was just trying to mind my own damn business. So I had enough.
Damn.
And then one day I pulled the chair out from one of these girls, and she nearly cracks her skull wide open on the chair. So I was left out in the hallway for a while, because this is what you do when you're in a private Catholic school. And my dad came to pick me up and saw me. I was in trouble. And so what happened is we come back home, and my mom, my dad told my mom the whole story, and my mom just freaked out on me. She told me, it's like, I told you never to hurt girls, and she drags me up to my room and she beats the living hell out of me. So bad that there was marks on me because her wedding rings were still in her hand while she was kicking my ass.
Wow.
And ever since that moment, like it took me 20 years to realize I was facing some really powerful depression, but that's a different story. But at the time I was like,
well, if I could just cut in here. So was your mom a major part of the problems in your life?
It's yes and no. I can't blame her for everything because, like I said, I was in a terrible depressive state.
Yes, but hey, you're a child, bro. Here's the thing. This is the thing about my mom and Colin's mom. Guys, my mom, she's a demon. A lot of the issues that I have now with holding grudges and pettiness and in my mean streak, when someone pisses me off or makes me angry, it comes from my mom. Luckily, I had my dad there, and my dad, because he was both mom and dad, even though my mom and dad were still married. But my mom was just an absolute demon. If I was raised with just my mom, I would be in jail or dead by now. She's probably one of the most worthless human beings I've ever met. And this whole thing where she carried you for 9 months, I never asked to be born. You know what I'm saying? This concept that, and I'm not saying that anyone's saying this. What I'm saying is that, especially in our community, right, Terrell, Flat Highway, we have this thing in the black community. This
always was the black queen, mama.
Well, you can't
Yep.
talk
And all that BS.
That's right. My mom was an absolute demon. Still to this day, like we talk now and then, but I have nothing to say to her. And growing up, she's an absolute demon. She didn't do anything positive. She never encouraged me. So she never had attended any one of my sports or extracurricular activities or anything. It was crazy. Like, even the fact that I'm more successful now than she ever was, despite doing things. It's a long story, but I would say that I made it in life despite my mom, not because of her. Anyway,
Amen. Thank you.
Yeah.
Facts.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but I can't put all the blame on my mother because I was aware 20 years ago that I had chemicals in my system. I had lack of nutrition. I had a whole pile of shit, and it changed my perception. And if I could go back in time and have those depressants back then, I wouldn't have the kind of conflicts that I was having with my family.
How old were you?
I was about 7 years old at the time.
But you were 7 years old, though. How are you supposed to know this?
Well, I didn't. I was, I know. I understand.
Finish. And this is what I've told a lot of you guys. I've talked to John Carlo about this too, guys. We're all good people, and the worst thing that us good people do, and all of you guys unmute and let me know if you agree. The worst thing that we do is we we find our fault in things almost to a fault. We always look for what we did wrong first, and it's detrimental to our development. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you might have, but you were 7 years old, bro.
I know, and it's okay.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
not
it was
faulting-
young.
I get that. I'm not faulting anybody, okay, for this particular issue.
Okay.
But where
Anyways,
I'm trying to go, if you could please let me continue.
Yeah.
Okay.
No worries, man.
So what was
Understood.
what was happening was, and so I held this grudge against my mom. So I told my mom at 7 years old that I would never get married and you would never have any bloody children, no grandchildren. I will keep that from you. And and my mom was actually quite upset about that for a long time. She actually honestly believed me, because when I tell her something, even though I was really young, I always stuck with it. I always played through everything that I ever said, or ever since I was 7 years old, and then some. So what comes down to maybe about 30 years later, when the whole lockdown situation happened and she was forced to wake up to all her nonsense in life, because she was a nurse practitioner here, and so she realized that everything was wrong. And I told her, we eventually got onto this conversation about how I was so upset with her that year or that moment, because this is part of the reason why I don't see me with a girlfriend. Okay, I told her, you beat the crap out of me that day, and the part that I have the most issue with is you never bothered to ever ask me why I did that. You never even started to thought that maybe I was being harassed, maybe I was being assaulted, maybe I was being beaten up and ganged up on by a whole pile of people. No, you made an assumption that I was just going to grow up into being a wife beater without ever asking questions. And now it's cost you everything. And she broke down and cried. She really did. She didn't know how to combat that. She knew how that she screwed herself, and she didn't know how to process it. And that's what woke me up.
Yeah. At least your mom at some point realized that she had done something wrong. And in the Black community, a whole lot of, the women can never ever be self-aware enough to actually say that they are wrong. And heaven help if a Black woman apologizes, right guys? Hey guys, the devil will wear long johns before a Black woman ever apologizes.
Well, you see that in the white female community too, AJ. Women have a hard time apologizing in any race, really. Well, except for Asians.
So, and guys, once again, it's so funny that Black women and white women say, "Oh, we're strong and independent, and that's why we can't get married and whatever." And it's like, that whole concept goes out the window when guys, who's the most educated group of women in the United States?
Asians.
Okay. Who's the highest earning group of women in the United States?
Asians.
Who's the most married?
Asians.
And who's the least divorced?
Asians.
Thank you very much. Guys, I work with a lot of Indians, Japanese, Koreans. All these chicks are all married. They all have kids. They're lawyers, doctors, PhDs. Why is it that they can manage that? Because they are taught to prioritize family. To them, their marriage is just as important as their PhD. They
don't compete with men; they complement men.
Exactly.
Yep. And then how most of these beat ups too, they're always talking about like how we're the most educated, blah 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 blah, and all that crap they'll always be talking about and everything. So how can you be the most educated, but at the same time be the most in debt and be the brokest group of demographic in the United States?
Yeah.
Like, how's that possible?
Well, they're the most enrolled, meaning that they enroll the most and then drop out the most. And here's the thing. You could see this in that HBCUs are overwhelmingly female. Okay, some of these HBCUs, the graduation rate's like less than 18%.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, HBCUs are an absolute joke. Never, ever, ever go to an HBCU. What is the average HBCU graduation rate. Here we go, guys. Look at this. Let me share my screen, guys. Guys, thanks for being here on a Sunday. Appreciate that. Look at that, guys. The average 6-year graduation rate is 35 to 38%. For a 4-year timeline, it's 23%. 23%. Can you imagine anything where if you only did your job right 23% of the time, you can keep your job?
Well, if the B Dubs, the B Dubs would stop worrying about like doing like the typical stereotypical black folks type of stuff, then maybe just maybe it'll be higher. But it's like, but it's like B Dubs, man. So like they'll never get right.
Yeah, I don't understand why anyone would subject their children to going to this type of school. And it's so bad they call regular schools PWIs, primarily white institutions. You mean regular college? Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. But yeah, hold on. Who haven't we heard from? Giancarlo.
Hey.
Mexico's in the house, man. What's going on, my friend? Welcome back. Long time.
Hello. Yeah, I have been really busy with college. It is so boring.
Because you're smarter than everyone else there.
Dude, I deal with communists every day in these classes. I mean, I'm studying for business management, logistics, international trade, economics, and man, these teachers are so obsessed with central plan economy and socialism, give freebies to the people, all that crap.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, the floor is yours, man. For your Red Pill story. So.
Yeah, well, my Red Pill journey wasn't sadly with, not much with girls, more like with those people in my own country could put you down for thinking different. At a young age, I was very curious, started reading, watching docs about history, very important facts. At a young age, I learned that the reason our country is cooked just like Eastern Europe and South America and many parts of Southeast Asia is because people get easily brainwashed without these radical ideologies from socialists, communists, whatever you call it, and it's so annoying. It's the year 2026, and many people still believe in that crap. For example, in South America, many scholars, intellectuals, and teachers believe that communism it's the people's ideology. It's for the peasants and for the poor peasants and the indigenous. I mean, come on, that didn't work for most of Southeast Asia and in Eastern Europe. I mean, China. The only reason they're doing well, not their people, it's because they adopt so many forms of capitalism. Because socialists cannot exist without capitalism, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And when I have some debates with my own teachers, they call me, "Huh, you're a neoliberal," because while neoliberal sounds like a Democrat in the United States, in Mexico, in many third world countries in South America, being called like that is that they called you an oligarch, someone who apparently doesn't care about the people or whatever. But honestly, I don't care about welfare, just a free market economy, competition. If the market has competition, several companies, enterprises in the same area, prices are gonna be stable and fine. You're gonna get a decent deal, and let's have a deal. These companies employ the people start working, paying their own studies, and the taxes go for pay the roads, infrastructure,
Yeah,
basic things.
but Giancarlo, here's the thing that's funny about me being from Seattle, right?
Mhm.
So, does anyone here know what a trustafarian is?
Oh yeah, they're all over the place up here.
Yeah, yeah. Isn't it funny, guys, how like you have these people? It's all look. Enjoy your family's money. Be rich. You know what I'm saying? If your dad worked hard or your granddad worked hard, guys, enjoy it. Don't be an asshole about it, but enjoy it. There's always that one, right? There's always that one. If you ever grew up around like a family who's rich, there's always like the middle child that has to act out. It's always like, nah, man, it's communism, bro. Late stage capitalism is just
Microsoft
horrible.
money.
Yeah, as their friggin' so I used to have kids who would drive their Beamer around back and then ride their bike to a class. Like, yeah, man, I'm like a hippie. It's like, you just pulled up in a brand new Beamer.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? So
Yeah.
you have these people who like, it's all part of this white guilt BS, right? And it's like, there's
I call them profarians.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying, man, blah, 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 we got to be communists. You could only think that communism is a good idea in times of abundance. That's the only time that you can think that stupid ideas like feminism and communism, and all that's good stuff. Because if you had to actually walk 8 miles each way to get water, you wouldn't think this way.
Too much time and too much money on their hands.
Yeah. And it's other people's money. You look at this commie mayor of Seattle. You know what I'm saying? She's literally a communist. Greg says he red pilled his dad because he was a major simp, and he never talked to you after he passed because of the cough. Old generations fail. Yeah, guys, I would say some, right? Some, because a lot of the boomers were working and busting their butts, but there was a good amount who were in college, dropping acid and going to Woodstock and wearing Che Guevara shirts and all of that other stuff.
Yeah,
they were
the
like
bullshit.
that asshole dude. Do you guys remember when
My
Forrest...
parents.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
Kind of phony hippies.
Yeah, you guys remember when Forrest Gump came back from Vietnam?
Oh
And
yeah,
Jenny
the Black
was with that
Panthers
guy?
were facing him.
Yeah. But when Jenny was with that total douche.
Oh yeah, the communist.
Yeah, that guy. Those were the boomers who ruined it for everyone.
Yeah. Look at San Francisco and Oakland.
It's all about revolution, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you're so you're a fascist. You don't understand the struggle.
We're gonna
and
drop
bullshit.
acid, bro. Yeah. Please.
AJ,
This is my girlfriend, like Moonbeam, bro. Shut up.
AJ, the movie Forrest Gump, that's actually a really great barometer to knowing if you become red pilled or not. 'Cause
Exactly.
remember-
Yeah. Guys, when you get red pilled, you will realize that the only movie villain worse than Darth Vader is Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm dead serious. Jenny has to be the worst villain in movie history. I'm talking, she's worse than Pinhead. She's worse than Chucky. She's worse than Jason. You know what I'm saying? She's worse than all of them.
Hey, like I will say this about Jenny. So, like when I was younger and like I didn't know no better, at the very end of Forrest Gump, when Jenny died, I'm not gonna lie, I cried, but I didn't know no better.
Yeah.
But last time I watched the whole movie in full, since now I'm older. At the end of that movie, when she died of AIDS, dude, I laughed.
Yeah,
Dude, I laughed. It was freaking hilarious.
Flush
I
that
laughed.
turd
I
down
was
the
like,
drain.
freaking
That's the same chick who's in Princess Bride, right?
Yeah.
Oh, she is so adorable. But evil.
That is
Freaking
hilarious, man. That is hilarious, But yeah, guys, so I think that a lot of red pill guys, once again, we always say that the red pill is never taken orally, right? It's not. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is, guys, I don't even argue with blue pill betas anymore. I just don't.
They're not worth your breath.
What you guys need to do is just look them right in the eyes and say,
You can't handle the truth.
Because guys, more and more now, you guys see older millennials are getting cooked in divorce. All you guys that are 39 to about 44, you're getting cooked en masse. And guys, once again, these are the guys who highway Terrell, Matt H. Finish. You guys just hate women. You're misogynist. Don't you guys have daughters who hurt you? And you guys just hate. Once again, they get cooked and divorced. They wake up one day, their wife says, "I'm not happy." Takes their kids. They lose the house. They lose the 401k, and they end up in their parents' basement on a futon, and they go to YouTube and they come and find channels like mine, and here all of us are sitting on the tires, guys.
2 days ago, I saw a vehicle that had hauled that tanker. You want to get out of here? You talk to me.
That's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Right. You want to get out of here? You talk to us, right?
That's one of my all-time favorite movies.
That's how
you can
it works.
learn the hard way or you can learn the easy way. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Dude, like what saved me?
What's up, dude?
Dude, like what saved me was that. So when I was going through my divorce, we didn't have no kids. Whew, thank God, no children together, no kids, no houses together, nothing else together besides the car that she drove, and then plus I had me an attorney, and she didn't have one.
Nice.
Literally.
Q Savage, how you doing, man?
Oh, hey guys. Hey guys, I'm about to head out. I have class in the morning, but
hey, Terrell,
there's got to
have
have me
Discord,
on.
Terrell?
No.
Here, email me. It was at ajrants@gmail.com, and I'll send you the Discord. Guys, anyone who wants
Ben, I got you.
Discord, guys, email me. So remind me what your YouTube name is, and remind me why you're Redpill, and I'll let you in the Discord. So cool. All right, Terrell. Thanks, man.
All right, yo.
I appreciate you.
Hey,
cheers,
AJ.
brother.
All right, later.
Yeah.
All right,
Hey,
take it
AJ,
easy.
real quick. You just said how you don't bother to argue with blue pill people anymore.
Blue pill simps. Yeah.
Blue pill simps. Yeah, I agree with that. One thing that I agree. One thing that gets me every now and then, if I'm having a talk with somebody and I'll say I'll never be married again. They ask me this question. It makes me cringe. They ask me, "What if you find the one?"
No.
I hate that.
Hey, what do you have to sign? What do you have to sign in for a three-way with the government for?
Exactly.
Right, guys. Seriously, here's it's basically you have guys that are signing up to they're sitting in the chair in the hotel room while the government and their wife are in the bed banging each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's if two people want to be together, they can just be together. Why do they have to sign a legal contract and get government involved?
That is one thing the hippies got right.
If they give men power back, because look at Kentucky, they did automatic 50-50 custody. Automatic, and divorce went down by 30% in less than a year. Because women knew that they didn't have automatic power. Imagine if they got rid of no-fault divorce. How much that would fix marriage. How many more people would actually be willing to get married if it actually took real, cheating, abuse, other things to actually be able to get out of marriage. Q Savage, how you doing, man? I don't think. Anyways, but yeah,
about no fault divorce. I kind of have mixed feelings about that but what I think they should do is say okay, if you just decide you're not happy when you got okay, but you don't get anything. You don't get squat.
You just split. That's how it is in Oregon when I got divorced. Oregon's the no fault divorce. All you have to do is fill out the paperwork and get it notarized, and you're done. You don't have to get a lawyer involved, which is a blessing. That's how I got away with the house, keeping the house, and keeping my sanity.
It's in states like California where it's
every state's different.
State, you know what I'm saying?
Washington State's a 50-50 state.
Yeah, absolutely destroyed. But that's why it's funny that you look at Sia, the singer, Mary J. Blige, Holly Berry, what's her name, Adele. They're having to give millions and millions of dollars to their ex-husbands because they got married in California. Oops. Kevin Federline, Britney Spears' ex, he's still getting paid by that broad. Guys.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
The original, dude. Some heroes don't wear capes, man.
City boy.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than smart, AJ.
I know every single penny there is, dude. Let's go. You know, let's go. Because guys, once again, do you guys know how many guys that I know who got divorced? At least 3 or 4 who could have got alimony from their wives. Well, I'm not taking that. Why not? You're entitled to it, right? Isn't that what the women say? I want what I'm entitled to. You guys better get what your quote.
Turnabout fair play.
Yeah. Look at this, guys. This is what I would say. Hold on.
I know Brittany's paying her hubby a lot of money. Ex-hubby.
This was
The only reason you have anything is because of my fucking sweat. And you know every step of the way exactly how it works. But you walk around that fucking mansion in your $500 shoes and your diamond rings. And you act like butter wouldn't melt in your mouth. And you don't want it to get ugly. Too late.
I want what I am entitled to.
You're entitled to shit.
That's what I'm talking about. More guys need to do this, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, you ain't entitled to anything. So, but yeah, guys, once again, you got to be careful out there, man. You really
I don't know. I think Joyce is a 50-50 state. You know what I mean?
Yeah, guys, you have to
we turn now.
You have to understand, guys, people are gonna always try. Okay, us men, our problems and issues, they don't even see us men as human beings, right? So they always try and devalue our problems and our experiences, which is ridiculous. Everyone on this panel has a legitimate reason to feel the way that they feel.
No, you boil it down. Women look at us as ATMs, a tongue, and another member.
I wouldn't even say that because that still gives us some agency. They don't even see us as human. I'm serious. The way that they talk about us men, guys, I've heard B-dubs talk about, like, especially black men, worse than the white sheet wearing dudes. You know what I'm saying? When these women say that they'd rather choose the bear and all this foolishness, they fall for this brainwashing. And guys, let them. Guys, we're already winning. All right? We're already winning. This is the only thing that I can say that we're doing. We're winning by not doing anything. More men are checking out more and more and more. They need us back.
Oh, we're definitely winning. We're winning so bad. They're freaking out.
Yeah. Yep.
We're finally getting wise to the game.
Yeah. Yep. And guys, all you have to do is just stay home. If you guys get lonely, guys, there's an old your Chevelle and the junkyard with your name. You give it a girl's name and work on that bad boy after work. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that you can put your time and attention and even money into and have a better ROI than some broad. Guys, have hobbies, have friends, do things for yourself, you know? But you have to put yourself first. That's the best thing that you can do. And guys, hold on. Going back, that one interview that with Paul Elam, he was saying, you know, the worst are these trad cons. You know what? There's some new guys on the panel. Guys, who do you think is our biggest enemy right now in the West as far as being red pill men? Feminists, male feminists, simps, who? Like, who do you guys think?
Liberal universities.
Anyone else?
I actually kind of agree with him on that one about the universities.
I think it's trad cons, guys. It's the Charlie Kirks. It's the Matt Walshes. It's how Crowder used to be. You guys remember how much of a super simp that Crowder was? We waited until marriage. We did it perfect. And and then he got cooked. And now he's using all of our same talking points.
Yeah.
Because he got cooked. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like most men, you have to learn the hard way.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk. Well, you can't get anything as a man until you make sure that your wife and kids are good. You put yourself last. Yeah, he was trad cons encourage men to be ultra simps. They never hold women accountable at all. And here's the thing: they say, "Oh, well, if you would just show leadership, a woman's gonna follow." This isn't the Middle East. We can't just toss women in burqas.
Yeah, so let me put my tinfoil hat on for a sec, AJ. I sincerely believe Charlie Kirk was getting ready to divorce Erica before he got pew-pewed.
Well, but still, though, once again, his whole platform was that TradCon, real men need to. Once you start saying real men need to, you've lost me. You lost me.
Yeah,
I agree.
No.
I agree with that.
But I think the bigger threat is academia.
No, because here's the thing: academia. Okay, people don't even take academia seriously anymore. But when
the crazy leftists do.
Listen. But when the tradcons, they come from this place of righteousness, and look at them, the Michael Knowles and all these people that are like, oh, we have God on our side, and we're just so righteous and this and that and blah blah blah. They honestly, I'm talking towards us men, like us right now. I'm not talking about society as a whole, guys. When do you guys ever deal with some woke college leftist as a red pill guy? You are more likely to be at a happy hour or at a bar, and some guy asks you why you're not married, and you're like, and you start telling our talking points, and some woke tradcon goes, "Well, you got to understand, a real man wouldn't say this stuff about a woman," As red pill men, tradcons are our biggest enemy.
I agree with that. I watched a lot of Dave Ramsey videos, and he's great for financial advice.
Oh,
okay, I'll give him credit for that. But I mean, when he has, but beyond that, his marriage advice, no.
There was one.
If you want to give good financial advice, you better give good marriage advice, or don't get married advice. Because when you get married, you're going to lose 50% of your stuff.
There was a lady
in a divorce
who was like, "Yeah, I have like $60,000 of student loan debt. And my boyfriend said that he won't marry me until it's paid off." And then Dave Ramsey
That's a smart man.
goes, "Oh, you need to leave him then because you're a princess."
You've been had. You've been took.
No, when you get married, you assume all the debt that your wife has. That's legal. You're legally bound to her debt.
And then there was that B-dub Jade where this chick called into her and was like, "Yeah, I cheated and he's not doing this." And the B-dub was still trying to find a fault with the husband. Well, he must have done something wrong. And the lady's like, "No, I messed up." "Well, are you sure? Because it sounds like he was ignoring you." She's like, "No." It's like, and then that one was psychologist guy, the "Are you safe?" guy. He's a clown too, right? He's a clown. Misandrist, gynocentric, man-hating foolishness. That's all it is. Speaking of that, hold on, guys. Check this out.
Well, the sad thing with tradcoms is they're all assuming that women will take their vows seriously and will be loyal and will look to you as look to their husband as the focus of their lives. That sadly that doesn't happen. They can change their mind on a dime.
Yeah, it doesn't. The world's not like that anymore.
Yeah,
it was like that when I got married back in the 90s, and my ex-wife was really good to me for about 15 years. The last 3 years, things kind of circled the drain, but she knew her place, and we did great. But 18 years was a long time. People change. I don't think people should expect to have a relationship last any more than a job.
Wait,
I don't know. My family has been married. My parents have been married for 35 years, and they're still together. So
guys,
they're boomers.
No, but here's the thing: the rest of the world stays married for long periods of time. Asia, Africa, South America.
Well,
we can't have
I'm talking here in the Western world
What
mostly.
I'm saying is that we used to have a more culture changed, and then there's groups within the United States, the more religious, like the Orthodox Church, the Mormons, the Amish, Asians, small hats, right? They value marriage because guys, what is marriage about? Duty, honor, respect. Those three things. If you have all three of those, you combine them, that makes the quote unquote love and a marriage. That's how you show you love as a duty to your commitment and to each other and your families, honoring each other's wishes and respecting any boundaries. But guys, who does that better, men or women?
Men.
In the West. Thank you very much. And if you look at these other cultures, they teach respect big time. In the third world, guys, respect is big because oftentimes that's all they have. That's why, if you guys have ever grown up around like Eastern Europeans, Samoans, guys, you don't talk mess or you'll get punched in your face. Your respect's a big thing to them. Courtesy and respect. Because
I worked with this big Polish guy when I was doing apartment maintenance, and man, he was hardcore. He was very, very Catholic, and he had very strong ideas about marriage and women, and we would talk, and it was hilarious.
Yeah. But guys, here, check this out. They're going to talk about gynocentrism. Here we go.
If y'all are agreeing with a lot of the stuff that this man is saying, and from your vantage point, just the thoughts about gynocentrism, are there any benefits to it, and then why?
I'm going to try and have Paul Elam on in maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So he's agreed to do an interview. So I'll have him on. It'll be an interview for live stream. And then when he leaves, we'll open up the lines.
Why are so many people, especially men, unable to recognize or even see that it exists? Let's start there.
Good question.
Yeah, there are benefits to women at the cost of them becoming infantilized. There aren't any really benefits to men that I can find. It's about sacrifice and denying yourself. I pointed to this in a recent podcast that as much as I admire the guy, Charlie Kirk told the world, you don't get nothing in a marriage. You are worth nothing. You don't get a dime until she's living on Easy Street. That's an insane ethic. And this is where gynocentrism comes from. I've illustrated this in the past using a tree's roots, that the roots of the tree is romantic chivalry, that ethic that was instilled. That became gynocentrism because we formalized it, codified it in law, and did socially. It spread across everything and became gynocentrism. And then from that sprang feminism.
Yep.
So this stuff goes all the way back to the roots of romantic chivalry, infecting everything that we do.
Wow. And then how do we undo it, or can we even undo it?
That's a really good question. Personally, I don't think so. When I'm talking about can we collectively undo this? Man, the world is packed full of overly entitled women and weak men. So how do we?
Yep. He's right, guys. Yep. Here's the thing. The strongest thing that you can do is walk away. And I was on a panel of tradcons. I said, walk away. Well, then you're letting the women win, please.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
Wes, question for you. If you're in the parking lot of a casino and you know that you're going to lose all the games because the house always wins, and I tell you, hey, Wes, there's one game in this whole place where you might have a better chance of winning. Are you going to go in there and try it out? Or are you going to take your money and go home?
If I hear it from you, I might take a chance.
But you didn't know me, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Oh, if I didn't know you, if I heard that from a stranger,
yeah.
Probably not. No.
Yeah,
no.
That's the ultimate power move, guys. Is take your money and go home. How is it saying? Well, that's just you're letting the the casino win by you not playing their games? It's the stupidest argument that I've ever heard. And guys, this is another thing about trad cons that drives me nuts. Oh, well, Wes, your marriage failed? You must not have been godly enough. Because if you had a real Christian marriage, she wouldn't have left you. If you just prayed more, right? Because real Christian marriages don't break up.
AJ, it's actually it's funny you mentioned that, because the first time I met this woman years ago, she was in a church. Her father was a pastor of that church.
Oh no, a pastor's daughter?
And, her brother was a pastor. Her brother still is.
Guys, what do we always say about pastor's daughters?
You tell her she's a goddamn whore.
This is before I knew any better.
All the pastor's daughters I knew did the whole backdoor no baby thing, if you know what I'm talking about. Because Colin, you remember up in Washington State, we have a lot of Mormons. You have a lot of Mormons up where you live, right?
Oh yeah.
And all of them, man, right in the poupelle. You couldn't, pop the hymen when it came to the back door. That's how they rolled, man.
Do this? I don't think so. Damn. But I am happy to say that an individual man can look at this and say, you know what, I'm checking out of this ethic. I'm not doing that anymore. If a woman wants to be with me, she better show up with something, not just her needs and a wish list from Tiffany's, which is what a lot of men get. But like, what do you bring to the table? And don't tell me you are the table, because you are not the table. The table is supposed to be the family. That's the table.
Amen.
Not one.
Yeah. So guys, this whole interview is on Jeff's channel. So guys, go and check it out. I'll drop it here. And guys, go over there and drop Jeff a sub. Guys, hit the like button, guys. Once again, the algorithm's cooking my channel. Hopefully things change soon, But yeah, guys, we're already winning because, guys, we are not falling for this foolishness anymore. We aren't, guys. More and more young guys are waking up. Less and less young guys are simping,
No, it's forums like this and content on YouTube, Redpill content that's making this happen, man. If I had all this stuff when I was in my mid-20s, I probably would have never got married and probably been a lot better off financially in the long run than I am now, which isn't bad, but just saying,
Yeah, but guys, please take some of the stories that you heard here and let it know that there's life after all of this. If you guys just, if you're stuck in a relationship or a marriage that absolutely sucks.
Now get out before she puts you in jail.
Yeah. Hold on.
That's in the end result of a lot of horrible relationships. You get put in jail.
Yeah, well, in jail or in hell.
Happened to me.
Yeah, you end up dead or in jail. That's just how it works, guys.
Yeah, AJ, that's a good point. Yeah, it does get better. It does get, after a while, it was shocked at first when it first happened, but after a while, I've come to see it as a blessing in disguise.
It hurts at first, but I felt like after she was completely out of my life and she was out of my mind, I had like 4 hours extra every day to live. It's just, you feel like all this time frees up and you can actually sit and think and have your own thoughts for a change.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, anything else on the topic before we switch gears here? Okay, let's do this, guys. As usual. You guys, once again, hit the like button, guys. Thanks for being here. Guys, anyone who wants to join the Discord, guys, please make sure to email me, guys.
That's the sound of the police.
There we go.
KRS-One.
Let me change this. Let's go here. There we go.
On March 19, 2026, officers were dispatched to a parking lot after receiving reports of a vehicle that had crashed into a building.
Now, guys, What kind of dunderhead would drive a vehicle and crash into a building? What do you think this person looked like? Let me know in the comments, guys. We all know, right?
B-dubs, B-dubbing.
Streets. I'm a bitch from the streets. I get the money. I get the money. Bitch, give me what you got.
Officer, the building jumped right out in front of me.
Did you guys call us?
No.
All right, do me a favor, shut the car off. Just shut the car off. Shut the car off. Do me a favor, shut the car off.
Wait, we didn't call you. We're on the phone.
All right. You there?
No, I live here, but I left myself out. We didn't call you. That's what we're telling you.
Okay. Okay, I understand. What were you guys just doing?
What are you talking about?
I'm in front of 4149.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was on.
I tell you guys, the smartphone is a Western woman's god. And guys, social media is Jesus. I'm not lying. I'm dead serious. These women want their phones more than they want oxygen. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, Mark.
No, you got to pry those things in the cold, dead hands.
Huh?
Where are you guys coming from?
I live here on apartment 203.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. She was trying to.
Just keep the car shut off. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Keep the car shut off.
And I'm telling you, my car's
Keep the car shut off. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Just.
So why are you being so hostile?
Okay, I'm not hostile. I just told you to shut the car off. That's it.
But you don't have the right to tell me that. I'm not the person you're looking for. So it doesn't matter. She was just trying to help me get in my apartment.
I'm at building 4149. I'm out 52.
Hey,
can you shut the car off?
Why? I'm not the person you're looking for.
Shut the car off.
You guys walked up to us.
This officer's telling you to shut the car
Right,
off.
but I don't have to do that. I know my rights. He walked
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
up investigating something else. I'm sitting in my car. We're having a conversation. We're on the phone. I'm not who you're looking for.
Okay.
So regardless of
Until
whatever
we determine that's what we're gonna
but
figure
you
out.
just harassed a random person. I'm sitting in my car. I can do that. I don't have to cut my car off. No, Miss Melissa, I know my rights. And they try to violate my rights.
All
All
right.
right, this is a public space. I can sit in my car. He walked up to us, asking us to shut my car off. My car was already on when he pulled up.
Okay.
We're on the phone. Whatever the y'all looking for, that ain't got shit to do with us. We can sit in our car.
So that's what we're here investigating.
Right, so you can investigate that, but I don't have to come off my car because you're doing the investigation.
Okay, so
I'm not part of your investigation.
so while we're doing this and you go to pull off.
I didn't pull off. I wasn't going to pull off. My car was
but
already
that's why
on when
we
he
asked
pulled
people
up.
to turn the car off.
I don't have to do that. If you're uncomfortable with that, that's fine. But
Just
I
stand
was
by.
sitting
Just stand
there.
by until we get further.
Right,
information.
okay. Close my door, please. No, I do not. You can close my door and I can roll down my window. Right, no. I can close my door and we can roll down my window. He opened my door. Yes, he did. He opened my door.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's not closing?
You have your ID?
Hold on. I ain't gotta give you shit, bro. You let me
Step out of the car
You're
real
not
quick.
touching me, no.
Step out of the car real quick.
Hey, come on.
I couldn't be a cop, dude. Straight up.
Ma'am, do you have your ID?
Why? Does it matter? I'm sitting in my car. I'm not part of. Okay, so then do your investigation. No, you do not. I don't got a name. I don't have to answer no questions. I know my fucking rights. What's
Ma'am,
wrong with y'all?
please step out of the vehicle.
No, I will not, sir. You violating my
If you
rights.
don't step out, we're gonna pull you out.
No, you're
You
not.
understand?
Hey, Ma. Hey, call my mama right now.
Here we go.
Call my mama
Let's
right
go.
now.
Ah, let's go. Rage Life says, let's trade her for John Carlo. Guys, put a 1 if you agree.
Bro, hey, stop, bro. Y'all can't do this. I know my rights. Call my mama right now, Miss Melissa. Hey, stop playing with me. Bro, y'all want some bullshit, bro. Yeah, one. It's all y'all weak ass. Bro, stop playing with me, bro. I know my rights. Yo, Melissa, call my mom right now. Go and call my mama.
Get up, Keisha wants a mama.
Bro, I swear to God, y'all did.
Moron.
Bro, but y'all, you sit in a car, wonder why I'm gonna pull up on his ass. I'm sitting in my car with my car already on. Melissa, grab my A. Bro, get the off of me, bro. You ain't gotta put your knees on me. It's 5 of y'all against one. Get the off. wrong with y'all hoes?
Nobody's got your knee on. Their knee on you. Stop moving.
Bro, what the?
Relax.
You're gonna make it.
You're gonna tie in the handcuffs.
I don't give a. Y'all can't tell me to relax something in my car. Do y'all investigation? Wrong with y'all? You ain't gotta ask me shit. That's just like me seeing.
Why are they so angry at everything and everyone? I'll never understand it.
What? You got a big ass deal. Okay, the deal. What the? That deal was already there. Okay. You just making assumptions. You dumb as. Bro, you find your own crime.
No, you're staying down. Stay down.
Bro, see me on the hood of my car, bro.
No, you're staying down.
Bro, you're not gonna put me on the ground. Hey, Melissa!
Relax. What's your name?
Because y'all harassing me, I'm sitting in my car. On my phone.
You think this attitude's gonna help you?
I don't give a bro. If you sitting in your house enjoying your own business and somebody came to you, bro, suck my bro, shut up. Suck my
What's your name? What's your name? Man, what's your name?
I don't got a name. I'm sitting in my car outside my place.
Okay, I just got
what y'all talking about. Okay, so they control your peoples. What's out of here?
I'm trying to talk to you.
How about we start with you? Just take a breath and relax.
Bro, how about you suck you in my business? I can sit outside my own house and do what I want.
You really want me to do that?
Private property. Yeah, suck it. Turn around. Matter of fact, I'll shove my foot up your ass too. Hey, it's not a charge. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. I can say what I want. Freedom of speech. Suck my.
You want to put her in the.
Did I physically touch you?
Hey, guys, any of you white guys, any takers? She's all yours. Giancarlo, you can marry her and get citizenship. Fenris too. Hey, yo, Fenris. She's all.
You just gotta suck that D.
That's a catch and release only for me.
Here you go. Colin, this is for you, buddy. Because guys, Colin's gonna do the right thing and leave Washington State here soon. Because guys, Washington State is cooked.
Yeah.
It's cooked, guys, right?
Now at 6, terrified neighbors.
I'm in Washington State too. I'm thinking about moving.
Whereabouts?
Somewhere red, like Idaho or South Dakota.
No, where are you in Washington State?
I'm in Longview.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm from Olympia, man. So Olympia's cooked. Tacoma's cooked. Seattle is just oh my gosh.
Hey, you want to get a DUI? Move to Longview and go shoot pool at night and try to drive home without getting accosted by a freaking cop.
Their own streets after bullets tear through homes. The desperate move is meant to stop the gunfire.
Hey guys, let's defund the police and let criminals out of jail. That's an excellent plan. Duh.
Please.
From reaching their doorsteps. Good evening, I'm Preston Phillips.
And I'm Kelly Koopmans. People who live along Aurora Avenue say they are done waiting for the city.
You guys, she's considered attractive in Washington State. That's how mid the chicks are in Washington.
What?
She's like a Washington 7. That's sad. She's like an LA 4. Guys. The only chicks that are like 9s and 10, well, there are no 10s, but like 9s and 9.5 in Washington State are either Asians, Eastern European chicks, like immigrants, or they're that one or two white girls, but they've moved to LA.
Yeah.
where they figure out how mid they are. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it happens.
Need to take action. Their solution is to set up planter boxes, keeping armed criminals from racing through the neighborhood. Couple's Joel Moreno is live in Seattle, where these barriers are raising other safety concerns. Joel?
Kelly and Preston, these metal containers you see right here behind me, they might be able to block access to people with guns who are fighting turf wars tied to human trafficking, but they can also potentially delay fire engines and ambulances whose crews are racing to get to an emergency.
Dozens of bullets ripped through this North Seattle neighborhood along Aurora Avenue, striking homes and sometimes blasting into bedrooms where children sleep.
I mean, we live right in the smack of everything, so we have. I mean,
and who did you vote for, right, guys? Guys, who do you think she voted for? Thunderhead.
Had our house hit with bullets, and the neighbor behind us went through their window, actually.
It's a similar experience for other neighbors as turf wars erupt between armed groups involved in prostitution and other crimes along this troubled.
Imagine you're just trying to go down to Starbucks or Fred Meyer and
The chick had tattoos all over her hands.
yeah. Ugh. Is that Colin's ex?
North Seattle corridor.
I think most nights can be a little bit scary when it gets super late, and then the last few months it's been like a lot of gunshots.
Now people living alongside
Guy's got
including
nose
North
ring.
97th are dragging in planter boxes, soil, and other
yeah.
barriers to stop gunmen from racing through their neighborhood.
I feel like it's if it's helped in other areas, it could definitely help here.
Previously, city officials ordered these concrete barriers to be set up at the end of North 101st Street. The goal was to stop shooters from using neighborhood streets as escape routes during gun battles tied to prostitution and human trafficking.
I do think it's helpful. I do think it's probably...
Imagine, guys, it's not cheap to live in Seattle, and just like San Francisco, they pay $600,000-$800,000 for a house, and then once it gets dark, you look out your window, and all you see is
Y'all want to ask me what I'm doing? I'm outside hoeing. I work at hoeing. Y'all want to know what company I work at? I work at hoeing. That's the company I work at, hoeing.
A small step into what really needs to be done.
But the makeshift barricades are also raising concerns about ambulances and fire crews getting through in an emergency.
You could turn down different street, take another 2 minutes, and verse our safety.
A message posted at one barrier apologizes for the possible inconvenience it might create and urges people to notify city leaders that the gun violence needs to be meaningfully addressed.
I think we need them. I think it needs to be a more community effort, because the issue with gun violence is that it's systemic. It's not just solved by like putting up some barriers.
and that system that was supposed to present it is a criminal justice system, you dummy. So stupid. Yeah, guys, that's the best. John Carlo put it the best. Yep. Guys, the best way to turn a leftist conservative is give them exactly what they want.
Streets.
Well, over this holiday weekend, representatives from the mayor's office were out here to talk to neighbors about the problems that they're seeing in the area. And one of the promises that they made was to step up the emphasis patrols whenever police officers are available. Kelly and Preston.
What did he just say, guys?
Whenever the police officers are available, yet there's like a shortage of I think it's something like 2,000 needed police officers.
Yep.
Because all the Seattle cops are like, we're done with this nonsense. We're going up north. We're going further south. We're going to the east. No, we're done. We're done.
Yeah. Yep. So, but all right, you guys, I'll shut this bad boy down. I appreciate you guys for sharing all your stories, guys. We'll try and have more of these where everyone shares stories about said thing. I want to do a red pill about politics and everything, because I think it was like Colin, myself, a couple other guys grew up totally Colin. You grew up like kind of a wokey woke too, right?
Very, very early on.
Liberal, yeah, just liberal, and then you just have a thing like this is all complete crap.
Yeah,
you want dog shit Canada politics in your show?
Oh, even better. Oh, Matt. We will email me. Are you on Discord, Matt?
Yeah, I'm on your Discord channel. And I'll tell you right now, I don't feel good about the police here. Okay, I think that everybody here are armed. We wouldn't need them.
Yeah,
I can tell you.
We're gonna do a Canada is Cooked stream because there's another documentary that just come out. So we'll probably do that when I get back.
You guys need to just put boots on the soil and invade this shitty country that I'm in.
No, because then we'd have to convert you guys from the metric system to our system.
Yes,
that'll cost millions.
Hey, I'm old enough to remember 1976 when they tried to make that happen in the elementary schools, and we all just put our pencils down and said, "Hell no, we're not doing that."
Yeah, but yeah, guys. Guys, not this week, but next week I'll be on vacation. So I will try to do some later night lives. There won't be any daytime lives.
Where are you going, AJ?
Going to the beach. We're going to Ocean City, Jersey.
Oh, cool.
Oh, take me with you.
So
Bring me out of this damn place.
So guys, I'll try and do
Get some good seafood, brother.
Some lives because I'll take my laptop. My laptop doesn't have as good of a graphics card, so we'll just do ones where people call in. We shoot the shit, but there won't be any real topics, and they'll probably be like 9, 10, or 11. You know what I'm saying? So I'll remind you guys in the Discord, and then I'll remind you guys on the community tab. But we'll have the regular lives at 5 p.m. But no live on Friday because I'll be on the road. So, but I guess I appreciate you. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
Hey, just real quick.
Thanks for having me on here.
Hey, all you new guys, man, welcome. We welcome you with open arms. We hope to see you again, man.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Really appreciate because there's not a lot of Red Pill guys have call-in shows because this is my favorite part of content creation. I actually hate making videos. I hate it, but videos actually make your channel grow more than anything else because a lot of people don't like watching live, so they'll scroll through videos. So, but I want to get the channel to the point where we can just do lives more and more and more, and do this type of stuff. So, but all right, guys, I appreciate you. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Take it easy. Bye.